sacrifice your life.
The fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injuries openly, but
I just pretended that was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'll be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like, he wasn't a bad guy as far as we know.
Who said he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you smack me in the ass, you dumb fuck. God, I love getting hillbillies pissed off on iRacing. It just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy.
Careful, you get banned again.
I'm not banned yet.
Yet.
Not banned yet.
Yet.
Not again. Not yet. It's coming. I'm sure it's coming. It's inevitably inevitable. So we'll get there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1, live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you all tonight. It is a glorious Tuesday evening.
Glorious.
It is not a glorious day to be a Broncos fan. It is not a glorious day to be a Miami Dolphins fan. It is an absolutely terrible day to be a Cincinnati Bengals fan. And even a Minnesota Vikings fan. Or a Chicago Bears fan. Where is that coming from? Is that me?
I think it's yours.
I can't hear it now.
I don't hear it at all anymore.
Oh, wait. I know what it is. Pew. Shut up. There it is. Okay. I'm like, where the fuck is that echo? I'm like, I can hear the reverb. I'm like, where is it coming from?
Yeah, but the Bears have nothing to do with injuries. The Bears have to do with
No,
coaching.
the Bears just have to do with sucking.
It's just one person, I believe.
You know?
And now the discussion in Chicago is, do you Bryce Young your number 1 overall pick?
Ooh.
That's the topic right now.
I mean, and it's a fair point of conversation. So we'll get into that. We'll get into the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are on the fast track to being the number 1 overall pick this year. The Indianapolis Colts flying high at 2-0 for the first time since, 2012? 2019?
Really? It's been that long since they've been 2-0?
Since they've started the season 2-0. I think this is the first time post Andrew Luck they've been 2-0.
Wow.
Since Rivers was their quarterback.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
So wasn't that 2019 then?
Yeah, 2020 was Rivers, but 2019, I think they started 2-0 magically. But we'll get into the Indianapolis Colts and my Denver Broncos. We'll get into the Philadelphia Eagles, the Kansas City Chiefs, who are also sitting at a rotund 0-2.
Insufferable game to watch.
It was not a good game to watch. There was not a lot of great football on Sunday, I will say that.
No.
Monday night, Bucks and Texans was a fucking entertaining game.
That was great.
You got to love Brother Baker, the touchdown maker. We'll get into that. So as the night rolls along, we'll get into all that. We'll get into NASCAR bets. We hit again this week, Sean. So we're up to 3 on the season. We finally hit one, and it was not looking good. I'm not gonna lie. In the first half, they had us.
They had us in the first half.
They had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie, but in the second half, we came out swinging. Christopher Bell, Hell's Bells, brings it home for us in the row 1, seat 1 betting page. So we get our 3rd win of the year, which is still a far cry from the 11 that we were last year. If we win every single race from here on out, we'll still come up 1 short of our total for last year. But if we do go ahead and win 7 in a row or 8 in a row, whatever it might be at this, 8 in a row or 7 in a row? I think it's 7 in a row. Yeah, 3-6-1.
Yeah.
We will be thrilled, because that will definitely put us back in the green for the year. I'm gonna hit one of these fucking parlays in one of these weeks too, so we'll do a little bit of parlay building at the end of the show, and of course we'll be taking your calls as always. 774-992-8702 is the phone number if you want to get in your thoughts on the week that was in the
Mac
NFL,
Jones.
the week that is coming up. Who?
I'm looking for a dime. 179 yards.
But Sean, let's start the show off right off the rip with the big news, kind of the big injury news that went through the NFL that I guess surprised nobody, or it shouldn't have surprised anybody, but it was also it was as unsurprising as it was disappointing. Joe Burrow is going to miss a minimum of at least 3 months with a torn ligament in his foot. The Bengals are pretty much cooked at this point.
Yeah.
You and I both picked the Bengals.
Yep.
I did not pick the Bengals to go to the playoffs.
Oh, I did. I picked them as a
pretty sure I did
a
not.
playoff team, but
because I felt like they were an iffy team.
can we get video is out? What do you mean video is out? Oh no, for us.
Uh-oh. It is something's going on. Hold on.
Fudge.
Hold on. It might come back.
Tobowo. I don't know why I said it like that, Chris. I'm sorry.
Should be okay now.
All right. Oh, maybe it just was like a freeze and a glitch, but
Yeah,
thanks.
I think it just froze up. Is it back?
Tobowo. But I can't stand Joe Burrow. Thank you. I can't stand Joe Burrow just as a fan, as just a football fan. If anybody, I don't want to put the video out there. I know we have the video, and if we play the video, you get a strike, and they shut down the channel or whatever, so you can't do that shit anymore.
No, we can't. We can't mess with any of that
if
shit.
you watch the video of Joe Burrow getting tackled, it is the most hold on to the foot, no crocodile roll, no alligator roll, no whatever kind of roll you want, no death roll. Just simple, he goes down, and Joe Burrow looks at his foot, and he's like, it's over. Like, he knew something was wrong already. He pointed to an ankle. He pointed to a foot. He knew it was over, like, right away.
Right.
And then it comes out of the game, oh, he might have a foot injury or a toe injury, maybe turf toe, a few weeks. And then all of a sudden you're hearing reports, oh, it might need surgery, so maybe 3 to 6 weeks. And then, nah, it's a torn ligament in his toe. It's the season. What the fuck, man?
I don't think it's the season yet. I think it's a minimum
Oh, it's
of
the
3
season.
months.
No, it's the season.
Oh, it is the season now.
they announced today it's the season.
Okay.
Because it was going to be a minimum of 12 to 14 weeks, so he'd be back like week 17. Like,
right.
There's no fucking
there's
point.
no point. They're going to be cooked by then.
So I don't understand. Like, to me, all right, if I'm going to be honest here, if Joe Burrow was a Patriot.
Yeah, I didn't pick him to make the playoffs.
If
Yeah.
Joe Burrow was a Patriot, I question his toughness. Because
Yes.
to me, this is like back in the day, Tony Eason style. Tony Eason, Patriots quarterback, had all the talent in the world.
Champagne Tony.
He would be a brittle bitch, essentially. And then you'd have Steve Grogan come in from way back in the day. He'd stand in the pocket, get the shit beat out of him, but he'd make the plays.
Mm-hmm.
And it just becomes, he's not a football guy. Joe Burrow does not seem like a football guy to me. He's not built for the game. He's not built to take that beating. He's not mentally tough and physically tough. To me, how many times do you hear guys come in and they're like, yeah, I have some stuff wrong with me. We taped it up. We masked it. You know, I was taking shots. And you hear it in the offseason. You're like, holy shit, he played with that for like 6-7 weeks. Like, he did none of that. He was like, my toes what? I'm out. Done. No question about it.
I don't know if it's necessarily a toughness thing with Joe Burrow.
It feels like it.
But again, it's starting to feel like I think Keith put it pretty well in the chat. He's the Josh Beckett of football. Like, it's
Maybe it's a chicken and beer thing.
Every other year thing, with him. And it gets to that point now where you're like, okay, well, I have high hopes for Joe Burrow and his career. I love Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is Dan Marino reincarnated. I think he can throw a football as good as anybody I've ever seen. And he has a chance to be one of the very best that this league has ever seen play. But if his whole career is going to be marred by injuries, and I mean, like, and freak
That's what it feels
injuries,
like.
dumb freak injuries,
Stupid stuff. A
you know,
toe.
like, I mean, to have that, and again, it's not, I know it's not his fault, right? You can't know that your ligament in your toe is just going to let go. I didn't know my plantar fascia tendon was going to let go when I ruptured it.
No.
You know, I've torn my pec twice, both times warming up on the bench, never doing anything crazy heavy.
Phillip Rivers played 2 playoff games with a torn ACL.
John Elway played an entire career without an ACL. So there's that. But again, I think Phillip Rivers knew, like, okay, Phillip Rivers knows, like, all right, I'm not I'm not Michael Vick. I'm not having to run around here. I got to play. I got to do some things, and that's going to be fine.
Neither is he, though.
But
he
Joe
doesn't have
Burrow-
to run.
But here's the thing, and ultimately I feel like this again lies with the Bengals and the problems that they have with the front office and that team. And this begs the question, and this is why I always ask players, why the fuck do you sign the extensions with teams like the Bengals? Why do you continue to try to further your career in a shit-ass franchise like the Cincinnati Bengals? Because they invested. Okay, great. They give you T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. I understand that those two guys are safety blankets for Joe Burrow. I understand that those guys are going to make Joe Burrow, look pretty good a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's not going to make you look good? When you have no money to invest in your offensive line, when you have no money to invest in the other skill positions, when you have no money to invest in your defense outside of Trey Hendrickson, who, I'm sorry, great pass rusher, but he's not worth the money they're paying him because they have so many other needs.
Yes, but
It's not that Trey himself is worth it.
he had him bent over a barrel, too. He's the only defensive player.
The only one.
And he knew
I
it.
mean, they had a rookie that was ready to go back to college
Yeah, he was like, I'm out of here.
and be like, "No, I'm not playing for you." Like, that's how bad it is in Cincinnati. So why guys like Joe Burrow and T. Higgins,
Cheap.
how can you objectively look at a team like the Bengals and say, this is a good organization, I want to spend the rest of my career here?
Big money. Big guaranteed money. That's
You're
it.
Joe Burrow. You're going to get that money no matter where you go. If Joe Burrow was on the free agent market 2 years ago when he signed that extension, you don't think every team in the league would have been throwing the friggin' kitchen sink at him? You don't think the Denver Broncos would have thrown a $500 million at him instead of having to go after Russell Wilson?
I have to think it's something with comfort and familiarity with the players
Sure,
he has.
that part I understand.
And then it's just, don't bite the hand that feeds you.
But these are young guys. They don't have any kids. It's not like they're asking their kids to change schools and like relocate or any of that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I
get it.
I can't look at a team like the New York Jets, the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Chargers, that just have the Bears, that just have continuously poor ownership and just do dumb things over and over and over and over again in order to just they fucking ruin these players' careers. They waste them
Constantly.
But when are the players going to wake up and start saying, like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to say I'll wait. And I'm going to hit free agency. You know why? Because yeah, like Keith, I get what you're saying in terms of guaranteed money. The word is guaranteed. I get that. But you don't think that most of these guys can go – you don't think Jamar Chase or Joe Burrow could go get that much guaranteed money from 31 other franchises?
I mean –
or at least one that doesn't have as shitty of a reputation? You don't think the Buffalo Bills would have been more than happy to pay Jamar Chase to come to Buffalo and help win them a Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure they would have. I'm pretty sure the Denver Broncos, when they were in upheaval over a quarterback prior to Bo Nix, would have been more than happy to sign Joe Burrow to a blank check, really, to compete with Pat Mahomes,
right,
and Justin Herbert in that division, and even at the time, Derek Carr. So there's teams out there that you can do it with, like the Arizona Cardinals are another terrible franchise.
The Raiders would have been a great fit, too. The Raiders had no quarterback forever.
Honestly, the Raiders would have been a good fit personnel-wise, but again, that's another team. I don't know why I don't know why Mad Max stays there. Why? You're never going to win. You really think Geno Smith and Pete Carroll are going to come in? I know we've been higher on the Raiders than most people.
74 years old.
But you really think Geno Smith and Pete Carroll are the answer? Like, you're wasting prime years of your career. And again, I get it. But when you're that good, you can get that money anywhere. You're going to get that money anywhere. So why not go to a contender? Why not go to a team, or not even maybe maybe not a team that's like one Max Crosby away from winning, but a team that's building something, a team that's on the up, that has good solid ownership, that takes care of its players. A Baltimore, a Pittsburgh, a Denver, a Kansas City, to whatever degree. The Indianapolis Colts.
Giants would have been a good fit for.
The Giants used to be a good fit.
No,
but
I'm just saying teams that could have like taken on or wanted to give out a contract like that and been like a better organization. It's tough. I do agree with you though,
But my whole point is this: ultimately, Joe Burrow is sidelined for another year. We got to see 1 week of Joe Burrow, and now as fans, and this is me speaking somewhat selfishly here, right? As a fan, I'm pissed off because now I don't get to see Joe Burrow.
Now you're gonna get Jake Browning.
Am I happy? I mean, listen, Jake Browning's girlfriend, smoke show, love her. Follow on Instagram. She's wicked hot.
Yeah,
she's always the one with the knockout.
She looks fun.
Oh, she does. She has the knockout outfits in the stands every week. Like she's always wearing something absurd. And
she goes, "I actually made this myself."
Yeah, she makes it all. Yeah, she makes it.
She cuts it out of like pieces of child youth clothing.
It's funny as hell. I follow her on Instagram. She's a great follow. And I love that. And I love that for Jake Browning. And I love the fact that he's getting an opportunity and to show what he can do with those weapons and everything else.
And she says girlfriend, by the way, not fiance, girlfriend.
Oh well, hey, I mean.
Jake Browning is just like, we're dating. We're not engaged.
We're not engaged. So just keep that in mind. But also, you know, I look at the Broncos schedule and in 2 weeks we get a Monday, I think it's a Monday night game against the Bengals, and I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of lame now.
Yep.
You know, like no Joe Burrow. Like I want to see Burrow versus Knicks. You remember last year when we went to Cincinnati and played them? It was one of the best games of the year.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see.
Is that a Monday night game? I think it was.
Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised if you see, you know, Cincinnati go after Jameis Winston in New York now. You know what I mean? Like, isn't he third in the depth chart in New York?
Hey, listen, famous Jameis can still spin it.
I mean, Jameis with that offense.
He might throw it to the wrong team every. You know,
he can have another 30-30 year,
but
30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions with that team.
But he'll get you to 500. He'll get you 8 wins, and he's a lot of fun to be around.
He's a lunatic. So
I mean, listen. The more I learn about famous Jameis, the more I like him.
No, he's a great locker room guy, and he gets along great with everybody.
It is a Monday night game coming up against Cincy, so that sucks, and that sucks for the country because now the country has to watch a backup quarterback instead of Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
Yo.
Well,
hey.
If it isn't the darkness himself.
What's going on?
Well, you know, just shaking it low. How you doing?
You know, short, shriveled, slightly to the left.
Sounds about right.
It's a good place for it, you know.
How do I sound? Am I all right?
No, you sound
Yeah,
good.
you're fine. You're fine.
You can talk about my boy Mac, who I was rooting for Mac Jones this weekend. I never want to shit on him.
We'll talk about Mac in a minute, but I wanted to keep on going with the whole Joe Burrow going to Cincinnati versus a different team and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
The reason why he stays with Cincinnati, and Joey, you might disagree with me, but not as many teams would go after Joe Burrow as you think, or at least not give him the money that he got in Cincinnati.
See, I disagree. I think if he was like, let's say when Russell Wilson went to the Broncos, right? He got a boatload of money at the time, but it wasn't record-setting money.
Right.
It was a ton.
Because he was already kind of like phased out. Like everybody kind of knew, like, well, we thought he had some lead left in the pencil, but boy, were we wrong.
He's a one-trick pony now. It's just deep ball central. I mean, that's all it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That bomb he threw in Dallas on Sunday was, I mean, that was
fuck
fucking.
the Cowboys.
That was vintage.
They ran that same play 3 times in a row. You still got
that was so vintage, man. And Malik Neighbors got his face mask grabbed in the process too. But anyway,
yeah, right.
But I think like when you look at the way when quarterbacks change teams, the reason why I think it's so hard to process is because a guy like Joe Burrow, who is that good, that young, and that much still in his prime with that much left to go, those guys never hit the free agent market. They always get locked up by the team prior to them, you know, being available. And that's exactly what Cincinnati did. Cincinnati did the smart thing. I think Joe Burrow did the dumb thing by taking by taking the contract. Now,
no, see, I don't, because yes, granted he's young. Yes, he's got a shitload of fucking talent. You're talking about a guy that's destroyed his knee twice, a guy that's now got a toe surgery, a guy that was injured a couple years ago
fair
again,
enough, yeah.
a guy that starts slow every year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is 20 other teams. I mean, the shit teams, the Browns, the Raiders, the Carolina Panthers, like the teams that just need to sell tickets. Yeah, they'll pay
Right.
for a Joe Burrow just to sell tickets. But Baltimore Ravens, Buffalo Bills, teams of that nature aren't going to give him the bag that he got in Cincinnati.
I think they would. Like I think if you look at a team like a Pittsburgh Steelers, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers would have thrown the kitchen sink at Joe Burrow had he been available.
Fuck yeah.
Because
Well,
because it's
Steelers, yes,
double
but
edged
the
because it's
Steelers-
double edged sword. You're not only are you gaining a Joe Burrow, you're taking him away from your division rival.
Well, that's different though. Pittsburgh is a team that's going to build a line for him. They're known for quarterback longevity.
Well, that's
So
what
that's
that's
a
what I'm
situation where,
saying.
yes,
But
they
they were
could give
but
it
they
to a
had
guy
they
like
had
him.
what Mitchell Trubisky and
Kissing titties, Mitch and
and fucking and what's his name 2-3 years ago whatever
Mason.
No, what was it? Kenny Pickett.
Oh, Pickett, yeah.
Kenny
Well,
Pickett.
and they still had Mason Rudolph.
And,
Was their, backup, too.
True. Mason Rudolph as well.
10 years as a backup.
Yeah, I mean, best job in sports, right?
Not really. He almost died.
Well, that's true. He did. He did get clubbed.
Yeah, Myles Garrett.
I was thinking more like best job in sports is like Clipboard Jesus, Jim Sorgi, those guys. Those guys had the best
Listen,
jobs ever.
best job ever, Jason Garrett. He went from clapping Troy Aikman to the sidelines to clapping while head coaching.
That is true.
Yeah, for Tony Romo for like how many years?
The clapper in chief. It was almost a decade. It was pretty close.
With Romo?
With Romo, no.
No.
With Romo was a couple of years.
Oh, no, he was a decade with Aikman.
Oh no, I'm saying with as a coach, yeah. But yeah, he was.
No, he was a decade backup. He was a 12-year backup.
Yeah, he was a career backup in Dallas.
Yeah.
Why would you ever keep a guy that long as backup? Makes no sense.
Jerry just loves his guys. You know that.
Yeah, Jason Garrett took over midway through 2010
Yes.
after the Wade Phillips debacle.
Yeah.
And then was his last year was 2019. So yeah.
So
9.5 years.
That's just my thought on Burrow. But I really wanted to call up. You're talking about
you make a good point. You make sense in this and like when you frame it like, okay, this is a guy that's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
And maybe he's sitting there going like, fuck, I've been injured a bunch. These guys are going to give me a bunch of money. Let me just take the cash while I can because one in the hand is better than two in the bush. That kind of thing. I get it. But also, I would like to see I would like to see these players on shit teams like Myles Garrett, for example. Why would you re-sign with Cleveland? Like, I know you're 30, you're 20, what is he, 29, 30 years old?
30.
He's 30 years
but
old.
Joey, these guys don't care about winning like it used to.
I know. I do have to remind myself.
They don't care about winning. They care about what's my contract, what's my status, and how long am I going to fucking be here?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I don't think the expectations are all that high in Cincinnati either. Like if they don't win, the fans there are just like, meh.
Well, that's what I said in the chat when it was like, if he's in Dallas, if he's in Buffalo, if he's in Philly, yeah, you don't do good and you exit stage left when shit goes bad, you're gonna get fucking roasted.
You can't put
Cincinnati.
You can't put Buffalo with those other two teams. Philadelphia, if you have an off game in the middle of October, they'll fucking roast you. Buffalo, they adore guys for generations
really?
and they win nothing.
Funny, Lamar Jackson was getting MVP chants in fucking Buffalo.
That was Ravens fans.
Whatever. It was in their home stadium.
I know, but the Ravens fans travel well, though.
I get it. I get it.
But I don't.
But really, let's be real. We were talking about the 2-0 teams. Kyle Shanahan's a quarterback whisperer.
He is.
Doesn't matter who we got.
He wanted Mac Jones years ago,
and we traded and got Trey Lance instead.
And he never went to Trey Lance. John Lynch was wrong about doing all those picks for Trey Lance. Trey Lance is out of football now. And I think he's UFL or I think he's Canada, and he's garbage there too. So, and Mac had a decent game.
I think that was more ownership than John Lynch, but
it was all Lynch. Lynch
No, it was Lynch. It was all Lynch.
I was to say John Lynch was definitely in on it. I know that, but I feel like that was. You know what though? No, I think I'm confusing that with.
Lynch was all about Lance.
Well, Lynch literally saw Trey Lance as the next coming of John Elway.
I don't know how anybody sees that, but
he saw that tape on him.
No,
he saw
Trey
a kid
Lance
with
was
a
a
rocket
midget.
arm that could move around the pocket and get up on his horse when he needed to.
now if you
That's
saw
exactly what he saw.
Josh Allen as the next coming of John Elway, as John Elway did,
Correct.
that would have made sense. But I don't know where John Lynch was going with that one. Obviously,
Listen,
it was wrong. Hindsight being
this
hindsight was
is why I
2020, but we
didn't
first
want-
guessed that one.
This is why I didn't want Purdy to get the bag. This is why I wasn't happy when they started fire selling. I know we're 2-0, but you're not going to sustain this all year.
No,
Kittle's already out. Purdy's hurt.
Yeah,
Jennings is banged up.
Kittle's
Ayuk's not
banged up
back
for a
until
while
week
now
6.
too, right?
What's that?
Kittle's out for a while, right?
They
Like,
didn't
a
IR him.
minimum. Oh, okay, they didn't. I was saying, I thought they put
So,
him on the 4-week minimum.
It's going to be 4 weeks. It's going to be 4
okay.
weeks.
You're right. Yes, they put him on like the short-term IR,
Yeah.
which is the max. He has to be out for 4 weeks. Okay.
Listen, it's a
Damn.
hamstring. It didn't pop, but it strained really bad. So,
And hamstrings for guys who are skill positions are
and at
usually-
30.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
And I love me some Kittle mittens.
P.S. I
Right.
was wrong. I said Mac Jones had 179 yards passing. It was 279 yards passing.
I'll say yeah, Matt.
Yeah, no, he had a great
and
game.
3 touchdowns. I thought it was fantastic for
Yeah.
him.
He
Listen,
had a
man.
great game.
I hate to break it to all you Patriots fans, but Mac Jones can play.
Yeah,
You
right.
just gotta put
Mac
him in the
Jones
right spot.
didn't have a line.
He didn't have a line. I mean, he looked pretty good his rookie year when Josh McDaniels was there.
Correct.
And then the Crafts screwed the pooch and was like, nope, we're upending this whole fucking thing.
Jonathan.
Jonathan!
Yeah, yeah. Nike did a draft, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
The dog at the beach house.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Fucking from Nantucket. Nike,
Bro,
sitting
who
in
the
Belichick's
fuck did you just take in the second
with
round?
a glass of orange
Trust
juice.
me.
Trust me, the dog liked it, okay?
Nike
I mean,
likes it.
honestly, that's when we should have seen it all going wrong. He was taking pics from a dog. Now he's listening to his great-grandchild as a girlfriend. I mean, it's all weird.
Hey, listen, man. I can only hope for all of us that when we hit 75, we can all have 24-year-old slam pieces.
Dude,
I don't. She'll fucking break my hip and I'll die. What are you talking about?
dude,
Listen, man. Death by snoo is an honorable way to go.
I don't know. She's a little too controlling. Like the invisible, like the see-through bag with like highlighted words, like pressed up against the side. It's like, lady, it's like, come on, man. You're fucking.
I'm not saying she's all there. I'm just saying if I can have a smoke show 24-year-old side piece when I'm 70-something years old,
Yeah, but that ain't side piece. That's like driving your life.
wow.
I don't think he cares anymore.
I was gonna say I don't
No,
think
he
he
doesn't.
cares. He got that prenup and he was just like, whatever, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I said that from day one. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I know I'm going to get shot to the firing squad for this. I always said Mac was better than Tua. I said, if you had Mac Jones on that offense in Miami, Mac would outproduce Tua. Tua was inaccurate. Tua's out of the place. Tua's brains are scrambled all over the place. That was just my opinion from day one.
Listen, Mac Jones was almost rookie of the year.
Almost. He
Almost.
hit the gritty in the in the All-Star game.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a big Mac Jones defender and fan, so I will go.
It was just never-
I'll go down with that shit. But
It was never going to happen here.
no, it just the
No.
Patriots franchise was too much in flux for it to happen.
Yeah,
But
it's sad. It sucks.
I mean, even though he did cost me fucking $2,600, $2,700
With
last year,
Jacksonville.
with Jacksonville last year, but
Joey's like,
Yeah.
oh, man, I just need Mac Jones not to throw a touchdown with 50 seconds to go. Joey's like, you got to be absolutely fist-fucking me right now,
I'm like,
Mac
oh,
Jones.
and I'm like,
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
just knock down the 2 points, so the Texans are still up 4 and still up 5 instead of 3 because the spread was
Dude.
3.5. Just knock down the 2 points. All you got to
That
do.
was
Houston.
no loop.
No loop. No,
No loop.
the dildo of shame often arrives unlubricated,
oh, man.
Yes.
and
There-
boy did it arrive.
there was another dildo, a green dildo in Cincinnati.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah.
I love it. I got. Damn it, where is it? Oh, it's downstairs. I don't even know if we could put it up on
No,
Facebook.
I don't think you think you
Yeah,
get
I wouldn't.
blasted.
Yeah, I wouldn't test it, but it's downstairs anyway. It's at the bar. It's at Les Fontaine Fats. I have the gargantuan 12-inch teal
The WNBA.
WNBA special. Yeah.
To go right along with the poster of posters.
Yes, absolutely. The
Jesus
painting
Christ.
of all paintings.
Yes.
Rembrandt
yes, correct.
himself would blush.
That should be your next poster. Just a fan like highlighted in the crowd with a giant highlighted green dildo thrown it onto the court.
But
That's
yeah,
a
but listen,
painting.
but you got to get it in sequence. So you're gonna get the first one that happened in Buffalo. You got to get the one in Cincinnati. And you got to get the two in the WNBA game.
we should give Buffalo their due. They started this whole dildo throwing.
They
have
really
been,
did.
They have been bringing it in. Hearing the WNBA 21-year-old kid saying I smuggled it in between my ass cheeks was like, Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck? Because they asked him, they were like, how'd you get in? He goes, oh, I smudged it between my ass cheeks. And I was
It's like,
what
dude,
the
no
hell,
shame, bro.
man?
I mean,
No shame, full sense.
also like, ew.
My God, bro, you have no shame.
It's one thing if you bring.
Why do you
that
think
thing
nobody
in.
wanted to touch it? It still had that stank on it.
I know, right? Like, oh, come
He's
on.
like, wait a second, guys, I got something.
That's all right. I smuggled. Darkness remembers. I smuggled a chicken cutlet in my ass one time.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's a story for another day. But yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Well, boys, it was good chatting with you. I'll let you get on with your
Hey.
shit.
You too, Darkness.
Hey,
Thanks for the call. Bud.
Cheers to
Appreciate it.
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, shake it easy.
Bang bang night of gang.
Fuck yeah, kid. Later.
Later,
Bye.
bud. 774-992-8702 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. Get your thoughts in. We started off the show. Obviously, we talked about Joe Burrow, his injury, what it means for the Bengals, the league, everything going forward. It just sucks. You hate to see it. It's a freak injury. But again, when freak injuries start to become a norm for a player,
Mm-hmm.
at what point do we stop calling them freak injuries and start saying, like, all right, this guy just ain't built for the league?
Correct.
Now, he could be as talented as Joe Burrow is. And again, I have said it on this show a million times, and I said it earlier. I think this guy is Dan Marino reincarnate as far as somebody who, ability of throwing a football. What good is it if he's not on the field? Dan Marino was, not hurt often, but except towards the end of his career when he had like the ankle and like a couple other things here and there. But like Dan Marino was a warrior, dude. He went out. He was cut from that 80s cloth of like, oh, you're hurt? Yeah, no shit. You're playing football. Of course you're hurt. Go play.
Yeah, played with the old school.
You know?
I legit have a screw in my ankle holding it in place.
Yeah.
Painful as fuck.
Like Steve McNair. Like you always waited like, oh no, Steve McNair started off the season slow. Week 1, 2. Week 3, he gets a broken finger. Week 2, he gets a knee injury. Week 4, he's got a knee injury. Week 5, he's got a concussion. You're like, all right, now he's about to hit MVP form. And he did.
It's
Every
crazy.
year, it was crazy.
It's crazy that like Steve Young was considered like 4 years ago of our age now. Steve Young had more injuries than most people have in like multiple lifetimes.
I love Dan blowing up the YouTube chat right now. It's great.
That's awesome.
Dan!
Steve Young. Steve McNair has so many injuries, like mid-30s. We were like, wow. When we were kids, we were like, he must feel like a 57-year-old
Dude,
man.
his ring finger was like looked like Larry Bird's, like a Z.
Yeah, he looked like bald
Yeah.
injury where he has like all his fingers all over the place when he's trying to like show people the charts.
It looked like AI, made his hands.
Yeah, before AI.
Yeah, it sucks because the Bengals, obviously they're a big draw, they're a big watch. We got a Monday night game coming up next week, not this week but next week, against the Broncos. Which, if you remember last year's Broncos-Bengals game, that was a fucking instant classic between Bo Nix and Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it was a shootout.
It was a shootout. It was awesome. It was fun. Now, don't get me wrong, as a Broncos fan now, looking at the next 3 games, we're at the Chargers. I believe we are at home against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Or are we on the road? We are, hold up.
But while you're looking that up, what do you think the Bengals do?
Oh, we're in Denver.
They don't ride it out with Jake Browning, do they?
They have to.
No.
Absolutely they ran it out with Jake Browning.
No. You don't call the Giants? Winston's 3rd in the depth chart. He's 3rd. You don't send a 5th or 6th their way?
You might bring him in as to bring it because you need the depth now. You need somebody behind Jake Browning.
Winston's a decent starter.
Listen, I would not be opposed to the Bengals bringing it, not to start.
He can toss it.
But Jake Browning, I think you give Jake Browning a fair shake. He's been in that offense for now 3 years?
Yeah, and you see what he did when he came in on Sunday? 3 interceptions immediately.
That's okay. Got the win.
Barely.
That's okay.
You had literally Lawrence and Cohen screaming at each other, and Lawrence had to basically be like, "Fuck off, Cohen," out to the sideline.
All right, can we talk about the Jags for a second? We're talking about shit franchises.
Dude, the coach is a mess already. It's been 2 games.
Duval. And I want to because there's a lot of people, Chris, who are blaming Trevor Lawrence for this. That's like Chris. He's in the chat.
I know.
They're blaming Trevor Lawrence for this.
I don't think it's Trevor's fault at all.
I don't think it's Trevor's fault at all, dude. I know there's going to be some growing pains with a new offense, a new coach, a new system, a new everything going in, but Trevor Lawrence has never been the problem in Jacksonville. And again, he's another guy that would probably be better suited to get the fuck out of the state of Florida.
I think he'd be better somewhere else too.
Right now, there are 3 jobs available in the state of Florida for quarterbacks, and the only good one is taken by a guy who is probably not going to relinquish it anytime soon, and Brother Baker, the touchdown maker. Okay, the other 2 jobs, Jacksonville, Miami, get the fuck out. See you later. I don't want anything to do with either one of those franchises. And not for nothing, we don't give Miami enough shit for being a shit tier franchise.
I
Either.
do.
You do, but we don't. The rest of us don't. And we need to start holding them accountable. They are no better than the Bengals. They are no better than the Browns. They are no better than the Jets.
There are 2 Miami fans in this area who consistently give them a hard time, and they say we've been dog shit for a decade, and we need to clean house, and we never do.
Because they need, you know what they need? They need a Walter Penner group or something of that equivalent to buy the team.
They do.
You need new ownership in Miami. It's not going to get better. Listen, I like Mike McDaniel. I really do. I think this is going to be a great learning experience for him. I think he's going to go off. He's going to become an offensive coordinator somewhere else.
Great coordinator, absolutely.
And I think eventually he is going to be a great head coach because I think he is going to learn some very valuable lessons in his tenure in Miami. You can shake your head all you want and disagree all you want.
He's not a leader of men.
I think he can become one.
He wants to be your friend too much.
I think he's learned that.
And look how he's morphed into. He's morphed into.
He knows.
I want to die
because he's.
It's fucking crazy.
Because he knows he's a walking dead man. He knows that his job. He knows he's as lame duck of a head coach as it gets.
I know.
So, but before we get to Miami, Jacksonville, Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence. I have no problem with what Trevor Lawrence is doing. I think Trevor Lawrence is a slightly above average to above average quarterback.
I think Trevor Lawrence has skill set above average. Quarterback play, average.
Yes, but average in this league still gets you into the top 16, which means you're better than half the league.
I think he's, unfortunately, 19 to 15 range, honestly.
Right now, yes.
Yeah. But he should be that 12 to 8 area talent-wise.
I think honestly, talent-wise, he should be anywhere from like 5 to 9, based on his physical skills.
We're splitting hairs there.
But like I think realistically, I think he's a bottom half of the top 10 kind of guy, based on talent. But he has never had a chance to develop. There's so much flux in the coaching, the staffing, everything else, and that whole franchise is a mess. They don't care about winning. They just want to put people in the seats and make their, get their nut and move on. Like, they don't care about winning. There are certain teams that don't care about winning. And, nobody does it quite like Green Bay, where they can like pretend they care about winning once every 20 years, win one and keep the fan base like satiated, and then be like, all right, back to
mediocrity.
Back to mediocrity and just, Jordan Love, hey, here's Jeff Janis's nephew.
Parsons!
Go make him good. Yeah, right. So Jacksonville's a shit-ass team. They're a shit-ass franchise. I don't think it's Trevor Lawrence's fault. Now, I haven't watched a shit ton of Jacksonville, but I will watch them this Sunday. Because I think they got actually a pretty intriguing matchup on Sunday,
let's briefly talk about the clip that's going viral. It's Trevor Lawrence walking back to the line of scrimmage, fourth quarter. The sideline shot.
Yeah, they got a divisional matchup against Houston this week.
Of the coach, that's a good game. The coach Cohen screaming at Lawrence, hit him in the chest, slapping his chest.
Yeah.
The play just before that was Lawrence hitting Brian Thomas Jr. in the fucking chest with the ball.
Right between the numbers.
And Brian Thomas Jr. dropping it.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Thomas Jr. had a horrible game on Sunday. He had a ton of drops. Hey,
it happens.
It happens. They fed him the ball a ton. He was insanely productive last year. I think Travis Hunter is getting way too burnt out. He's playing a lot of wide receiver. He's playing a lot of cornerback. You're not really seeing production on both sides. You're seeing average play.
Very average to mediocre.
I think they just got to hammer at one spot and just be like, just go.
What was his stat line on Sunday? Do you know?
Not great. I'm going to bring it up right now. But I have him in one of my fantasy leagues. He's just a mediocre dude.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's just kind of... Again, I think he's trying to do too much on a bad team. And if he was on a good team, like say he went to like...
3 for 22.
Yeah, if he went to Kansas City, if he went to Detroit, Green Bay. I can't believe I put Detroit in that sentence. Green Bay. I'm just thinking teams that are good right now.
Washington.
Even, I don't know if I trust them.
We have to segue.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
When we're talking about, since we're talking about quarterback injuries, Sean, and being right pre-draft, we'll get into the Redskins and Jaden Daniels in a minute. But no, like if he had gone to Philadelphia,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
or I'm just thinking, Buffalo, one of these teams that's consistently in it at the end of the year, I think he would have been much better suited. Now, obviously,
Absolutely.
those teams were in no position to draft him. They were never going to get him, so that's kind of the catch-22 there. That's not lost on me. I get it, but the bottom line is that if he's going to try to do this whole both ways thing, doing it for a team with like Jacksonville is an exercise of futility.
Yeah.
Because no matter how good you are not going to be the tide that raises all ships.
Yeah.
Around you.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Travis Hunter is as phenomenal of an athlete as he is and as talented of an athlete as he is. And he is every bit as good as advertised in terms of his abilities. If you're on a team like Jacksonville that's dysfunctional from the ground up, it's not going to show.
I thought
Unfortunately, it's just not going to show. And again, I hope he has the wherewithal to say, you know what? I'm not going to sign that. I'm not going to sign that extension. I'm going to let you. I get it. You'll keep me for my 5th year option, but at year 6, I'm going to go somewhere else and hopefully not be so burnt out that I've wasted my whole career here.
I do think that Travis Hunter shouldn't have gone the route he did. I know he wanted to do the double way thing, but I was hoping he was going to go to an organization. They were going to say, listen, you having the ability to play both ways is phenomenal. You focusing on one and being fantastic and phenomenal at that is what we need you to do right now.
We want you to be Hall of Fame level at 1, not Pro Bowl level at 2.
If you're Pro Bowl level at 2, that's amazing. We don't want you to be serviceable at 2.
I mean today's level of Pro Bowling.
Just making it.
Yeah,
everyone fucking makes it.
Right, exactly.
Okay, that's fine then.
Not like Pro Bowl 20 years ago, where it's like if you went to the Pro Bowl, you were like considered. You're like, that's a Hall of Famer.
Consider that the Patriots didn't get Will Campbell, and we somehow got Travis Hunter, right?
Yeah.
I would say, put him at wide receiver, put him at cornerback. Don't fucking touch him. Don't have him go back and forth. Just leave him alone. You can't have him do both.
But a team like New England, though, at least New England still has some semblance of direction.
Well, I trust the coach more.
From their front office. I'm talking from ownership on down. Right? At least they have some semblance of it. We don't know. We might, Bob Kraft might be fucking cooked, and Jonathan.
Oh, he's cooked, all right.
And Jonathan's running for mayor of Boston, so.
No, it's his brother. No, Josh backed out.
Sorry, it wasn't right. It was Josh. It wasn't Jonathan. Right,
yeah, Josh backed out this week.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the worst idea. Do you really want to be mayor of Boston?
No.
I mean, do you really want Tom Homan coming in and kicking your front door in and saying, "Fuck you, we're taking all your illegals," and being the guy that has to defend that? No. I think Kraft backing out of that race, just as a quick political aside, was probably the best thing for the whole family.
Really quick, end of the game comes. The Patriots, whenever they win, they put up the end of game speech like in the locker room after the game. It's 4 minutes long. It's Vrabel's first win as a Patriots head coach.
You know what? Congratulations, Mike. You deserve that.
He does deserve it.
I'm a big Vrabel fan.
Me too.
Always have been. He is a fucking madman, and I love that shit.
He says hilarious shit, and he's trying to really tone it down in New England because he said it when the Barstool guys came to New England and they interviewed him. He goes, I'm not going to say all the same stuff I said when I was in Tennessee. He goes, it's different up here. And they go, why? He goes, why? He goes, you know why. And then, so he doesn't say half as much stuff as he does. But anyway, he goes into this speech, and he just wants to get right into the breakdown. He says, guys, great job coming from behind. He goes, I'm going to make this quick. And Kraft walks up behind him and grabs his arm and goes, I'm going to call it audible. It's like Kraft, you could just tell is just like the mind is deteriorated there. It's like, let this man, he's in the middle of just go into his first win in front of his team. He's going to say, I'm going to be quick. Then Kraft could speak. Kraft immediately just cuts him off and just says, I want to talk first. And I was just like, you just see it in real time. Like, God, I wish someone would fucking just pull this dude away.
but you can't.
It's rough.
It's rough, but you can't, and you want to, but you can't, because again, Bob is the face of the Patriots.
I know.
Because that the whole dynasty now is gone. Everybody who was involved with it is gone. Tom's gone. Bill's gone. Bob's the only one left.
Yeah.
And now he's brought back a guy who was part of the first three. The first half of that dynasty to be the head coach. And again, we called for this 2 years ago. We thought when they hired Mayo, we were like, what are you doing? Why are you not hiring Vrabel?
Well, when they got rid of Bill, and like 3 days later, Vrabel was let go, I was like, oh my God, they knew.
Right.
It was like bang, bang.
We were like, oh my God, like it was written. Like they were all in cahoots. Like this is probably gonna get in trouble for fucking colluding somehow, but whatever.
Well, no, we thought it was when they invited him while he was still coach of the Titans to come be inducted
into the Ring of Fame.
But then he was sitting with the owners during the game while he was a head coach of the Titans, and I was like, that's collusion.
And I love, and dude, don't get me wrong, I love me some Mike Vrabel. Gerard Mayo, I think, has a future in coaching.
Nope, he already announced he's all done with coaching forever.
Really?
Yeah, he says he has no interest in ever coaching again.
You know what? Probably smart. It is about as cutthroat as it gets, dude. It's a lot. I don't think Mayo won't do it. I don't think he's not doing it because he's not capable. But I think maybe
it's a lot of shit.
Maybe he got a glimpse into what it's really like,
and he's like, nah,
fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man. I have buddies that work for New England, and I know how long of hours they put in doing the shit that they do, and hearing the stories and how many. I mean, it is long.
Like 90-hour weeks.
That's a short week.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Especially in the summertime. Training camp, shit like that. Like that is ball busting shit, but you got to cut your teeth. And work your way up if that's what you want to do, and hey man, more power to him. But it is maybe he got to, and I don't think it was because Mayo. I don't think Mayo wasn't capable of being a coach. I think he was, but I think maybe
it was too much too soon.
Way too much, way too soon.
Absolutely,
way too.
He was never even a coordinator yet. And now you're giving him head coach responsibilities over everything.
Head coach. Oh, hey, by the way, the guy who was here, he won us 6 Super Bowls and was one of the winning. Is the greatest head coach of all time. Go fill those shoes. That's not fair. That wasn't fair to Mayo. And it wasn't fair to anybody.
And you're responsible for offensive defense too.
But did they do that on purpose because they knew they wanted Vrabel eventually, but you never want to be the guy to follow the guy?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
I think they screwed up, and they know they screwed up, and they corrected it fast. Which praise to them for doing that.
You know what that is, Sean? A sign of good ownership. One that recognizes a mistake and gets rid of it quick, a la Russell Wilson in Denver. Here's $85 million. Fuck off.
Hey, you know what? You're 100% right on that. You might see that again with Miami. You might see Miami this offseason just be like, Tua, here's $79 million. Adios.
No, they'll bring in a different coach to try to make it work. And because that's too much money invested. There's only one ownership group that can pull that off in this league now. And that's the Denver Broncos because they have more money than Jesus. They are the richest owners in the NFL.
They raise all the prices by 1 penny.
And listen, man, like we talked about it last week, they're building a brand new stadium with zero public funding. It's all 100% private funded.
It's pretty cool.
So you're doing a super solid for the city, the area, the businesses, the people who live there, the city of Denver, the state of Colorado. That no one's taxes are going to go up because of this.
I got fucking fooled by AI. Speaking of AI from earlier, I saw Denver's plan for the future stadium. I was like blown the fuck away. And the first comment I read was like, too bad this is AI. And I was like, oh my God, this looked beautiful.
Oh, I can't wait to start to see some of the renderings that they're going to come up with because the renderings are going to start coming out. Because they're pitching this already. They already know where it's going to go.
Well, they had like almost like they had like the giant owner's booth and it was like wood cabin-ish looking. It had like a mountain backdrop over it. And it had like a waterfall coming down like part of the thing. And I was like, this looks almost scenic.
I do think they're going to try to build in
like scenery,
like a Red Rock style, like with a waterfall thing. Like I've seen that a couple of times.
Yes, I think that looks amazing.
It does look pretty cool. I'm excited to see it. I got to get out to Denver now because I got to see this stadium before they bulldoze it.
Yeah.
I've never been to Mile High. I missed out on the original Mile High. It's been 24 years since this one opened up. I still haven't been out to a game.
Right.
So Lauren and I have been talking about going to one, every year now, and it's just a matter of finding like the right schedule and a game we want to see, a home game. You know what I mean? Like the Monday night game against Cincy probably would have been a good one. Probably should have, thought this through a little bit more and maybe looked at that. But whatever, it is what it is. But nonetheless, I got to see it now. So now I have you know me. until I have a deadline, I really don't move on things, you know.
Yep.
So I'm a very much a you can't turn a piece of coal into a diamond without a little bit of pressure kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So need that little bit of pressure, that timeline. I need that time frame to get there. So I think I'll do that because I'm hitting the holy triumvirate of racing this year. So I'm doing Dega in the spring, in April. I'm doing the Indianapolis 500 for the first time in May.
Wow. Okay.
Because I won the lottery for tickets for that.
Damn. Okay.
So I got 4 tickets for that. So me and my wife, my mom, and my dad are going.
Hell yeah.
So me and my dad both going to cross that off our bucket list. Right.
That's awesome.
And then I'm doing the Daytona night race in August.
That's awesome.
So that's my holy triumvirate. So then I think to cap it off, and I think we're going to Portugal in the fall. But I think to cap off the year, I think I might try to hit Denver for a weekend next year for a home game, and just
Why the fuck not? Try as many things as you can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be 5 significant trips.
Yes, very much 5 significant trips.
Good thing. Thank God for that overtime. But nonetheless, back to where we were. What were we talking about? Shit franchises.
We're
The
talking about
Patriots, Vrabel, Kraft, so on and so forth. To bring this back to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep.
Again, I don't believe it's Trevor Lawrence is the issue. I think
Uh-uh.
it's Liam Cohen. Now, I think they could probably work this out. I think Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence are both good enough at their jobs that they're going to be able to figure this whole thing out and get it right before the year is over. But, man, I'll tell you what. On a team like Jacksonville that is historically dog shit, that clock is ticking. And if they're not – who do they have? They got Houston this week. They lose to Houston. And they're going to be, what, 0-3? They 0-2?
Yes.
0-2 or 1-1? I think they're 0-2.
I'm pretty sure they're 0-2.
Pretty sure they're 0-2 because I'm pretty sure they lost week 1 to.
No, they're 1-1. I lied.
They won week 1. Who'd they beat week 1?
Let's go back to week 1.
I
Who
got
the fuck did the Jags beat?
I got you.
The Jags beat the Steelers. No, they didn't. That's fucking preseason, Sean, you asshole.
Week 1, it was Carolina,
Thank you.
26-10. Right, they had that layup. So they're 1-1. If they fall to, all right, like 1-2 isn't going to be the worst thing in the world. 1-3 isn't going to be the worst thing in the world. No, 1-2.
1-2.
1-2 isn't going to be the worst thing in the world. They're 1-1. It's okay. The sky's not falling yet. But we know how these things work with shitty teams. And once that hammer drops and they get to 1-2, and the morale just gets sucked out of their sails, and they're a dead fish, we know what happens from there. Next thing you know, it's a 5-game losing streak, and they're losing to teams that they shouldn't be losing to, or they didn't think you didn't think they'd be losing to preseason, and now they're getting their asses dicked in.
Right.
It is what it is. I mean, the wheels can come off the bus very quickly for a team like Jacksonville that has traditionally little to no stability. So, anyway, 774-992-8702. We are going to get in. So let's get into some of the
let's segue
positives.
fairly quickly. Let's segue right into another quarterback injury situation.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it forever.
Yes.
Thursday, game 1 of the week 2, Commanders versus Packers, and Jaden Daniels took a fucking beating
Yes,
in
he
that
did.
game. And he took a beating week 1 too, and now Jaden Daniels is banged up.
Is
And
he
now-
is he out this week? Did they already rule him out?
Is he out this week? I didn't hear that.
I heard he was going to be.
Hold on.
Either I heard he was highly questionable.
Jaden Daniels, da-da-da-da. No, it doesn't say he's out.
No, he's dealing with a sprained knee. That's what it is. So he's got a sprained knee. So we're 2 games into the season, and Jaden Daniels already has a sprained knee.
P.S. I did not know Jaden Daniels identifies as Japanese, and I was like, when I saw that flag and they asked him after the game, and I was like,
Oh, because he has a honor.
that I thought he was messing around, and I was like, no, and they were like, oh yeah, he's like, oh, I'm like 35% Japanese, and I was like, holy shit, this fucking dude's serious.
Damn.
I'm like, all right, whatever.
He's 35% ruthless.
So
I read about the rape of Non-King.
So Jaden Daniels, we've said this the whole time. Jaden Daniels can't sustain this amount of pressure, and now the national media is just
Sean-
coming out. National media is like, hey, he's been taking a lot of hits and he's
Sean,
injured already.
Why is it that when you and I are about 15 miles out front on these things, we don't get the credit we deserve?
No.
We really don't. And because you and I were way out. I had Jaden Daniels when the quarterbacks we were ranking the quarterback class a year and a half ago.
I had Jaden Daniels 1, actually.
I had Jaden Daniels 1 based on skill set.
Yes.
I had him ranked number 3 based on who I wanted my team to draft. I had Bo Nix ranked number 1.
I had
And then
Jaden,
I had Drake May,
Drake,
and then
Caleb.
Jaden. I did not have Caleb Williams. Was not even on my board.
Well,
I took Caleb Williams off my draft board when I saw him crying in his mom's arms after USC lost the game. I said, I don't want that guy within 100 fucking miles of my team unless we're playing him, and then in which case can we play him every week?
I said maybe he'd mature. I still don't want him because there was too many question marks.
No.
It got worse when he got to the NFL. It didn't get better. It got worse.
He's gone downhill pretty quick.
But essentially, not to spend too much time on the Jaden Daniels thing, he's taking a beating. He's very sore. His body type is not meant to take that many hits. Either he's going to bulk up, or B, they got to get a better line.
He's gonna bulk up and lose some of that speed and athletic ability that makes him who he is.
Bingo.
Which is fine because I feel like his arm talent is more than enough to carry him.
For sure.
Through his career. But at the same time, Sean, why is it that you and I called this from day one? We said he scares the shit out of me because I don't think he's going to be able to withstand the rigors of
Correct.
an NFL season.
Correct.
And he had the rib injury last year. He got banged up. Yeah, I know they made it to an NFC championship last year. They got smoked by Philadelphia. It wasn't really even a game. Okay, I like Philly. I like Washington. I like Jaden Daniels. I like the team. I like everything they got going on over there, with the exception of the stupid name. They'll always be the Redskins to me. But nonetheless, but you and I were all over this injury thing with him. We knew this was going to be the case with him.
They're too heavy on him.
Every week it's something. There's, he's got this. Oh, he's got that. And whether or not he plays through it and gets him to where he needs to be, you're always going to be kind of like hesitant because you don't know when that big shoe is going to drop.
Yep.
Where that hit he takes is going to be the one that's going to okay, that's a season ender, or he's out for 6 to 8 weeks now with a broken whatever. You just don't know, and I feel like it's every week with him now. You know, where you're holding your breath and you're wondering. Last year was the same thing, but neither here nor there. Jaden Daniels, I love him as a player. I very much question his ability to have a long, sustainable career in the NFL at his current state.
I also question how they're using him, too. On Sunday, they called 19 run plays, 7 of which were his. So, and then he had 42 dropbacks at quarterback. He got tackled 7 times from the run plays.
If you're dropping back 42 times, you're probably not having a good day.
So he got sacked. I'm sorry. He got tackled 7 times on the run plays alone. And then on top of it, he was hit 13 additional times.
Mm-hmm.
So 20 times he was hit in that game.
Out of what, 60-something offensive plays they ran, 70-something offensive plays they ran. So
42 and 19. So yeah. So 61 offensive plays.
So
he was hit 30%.
So 30% of the time your quarterback's getting hit. That's not sustainable.
It's not ideal.
Not ideal.
Your tiny quarterback is not meant to be getting hit that
No, that's
often.
That's a tough pill to swallow as as a franchise, because again, he is your franchise and he is every bit as good as advertised. But you've got to keep him upright and you've got to keep him healthy and you got to keep him from doing dumb shit. He's not Josh Allen. He can't drop a shoulder into a defender, truck stick him, and then just say, "Haha, that was fun. Let's do it again."
Yeah, no.
He's not that dude.
Nope.
So Washington, they've got a tough game, I think, coming up this week, if I'm not mistaken. Where did I see them? Were they? Oh, they got the Raiders. Never mind. It'll be it shouldn't be a tough game.
I mean, it shouldn't be a tough game, but it might be.
Depends on Jaden Daniels' health. You know, if Jaden Daniels is gimpy back there, what's Max Crosby's gonna? He might finna eat.
Kuntz has been doing well too. Kuntz on the other side.
Listen, man, the Raiders are not as bad as people think. They're not a good team, but they're not as bad as people think, and they're gonna do okay. Anyway, let's talk about some fun shit from this week. Let's stop talking about what trash shit we saw, and let's talk about some good stuff that we saw. So the good. I know it wasn't pretty, but can we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles beating Kansas City in Kansas City?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think that was a very underrated win by the Eagles. And
Underrated?
Because I feel like people are just assuming because they blew them out in the Super Bowl that they were going to go into Kansas City and KC looking at an 0-2 start was just going to, like, what did they think? I feel like most people thought Kansas City staring an 0-2 start down the barrel was going to come out swinging.
Yeah.
That they were going to come out and they were going to be like, no, fuck you. You embarrassed us in February. You're not coming in here and making us start 0-2. In our own house.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of people were heavier on KC than maybe I think they should have been, because Philly to me is the best, most complete team in the league. They can beat you in a variety of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is they range anywhere from absolutely fucking dominant to just regular dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't venture out. Their front seven is unbelievable. Their secondary is extremely talented. They're extremely opportunistic, and they make you pay. I think Philly played, for all intents and purposes, a pretty sloppy game.
They had no offense the whole game.
No, they really didn't. And they were still able to go into Kansas City and beat
win.
Kansas City. And I think that is a testament to a team that just found a way to manufacture a win and grind out a win. And for that win alone right there, I feel like we really got to we could be very well looking at a back-to-back Super Bowl champion this year.
I generally don't have a problem with the tush-push play. I don't care if they get rid of it or not.
I don't. Listen, I'll say this, and I was talking to a buddy of mine at the gym about it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I wish they would get rid of it, honestly. Not because Philly is overly successful with it. Listen, Philadelphia, you guys, I will always love you. You prevented Tom Brady from getting a ring, and now you've prevented Pat Mahomes from getting a ring. So I'm a little bit indebted to the Philadelphia Eagles, you know?
All right.
Let's go Birds.
What the fuck was that, pigeon?
Birdman.
I know, it was a pigeon, though.
Let's go Birds. I love the Eagles. Love everything about them. Like I've never had a real beef with that team ever. But my point is, I don't care for the tush push. I feel like that is more of a rugby style.
It is rugby.
It's a rugby play, not a football play. And I know the lines get blurred in there. So if we could get rid of the tush push, I'd be fine with it.
I just want the NFL. They kept it. They made it a conscious decision to keep it.
I think they're going to make a conscious decision to get rid of it this year.
I think so too, but I want them to enforce their own rules on it. When you line up and you had both guards off sides before the play was even hiked, it's clear as day. Like, before the play's even hiked, both fucking guards were over the ball.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, how the fuck is this legal?
Again, I wish we would do away with it. I think it's kind of, again, it's Bush League to me. Props to Philly for using it and winning a Super Bowl, and they're probably going to win a second one. You know,
it feels like they're destined to get back to the Super Bowl at minimum.
I think it's, I mean, honestly, right now, gun to my head, I'm going Buffalo, Philly. Super Bowl.
Well, right now it feels like it, but it feels like, does Buffalo have... It feels like Buffalo's on the Josh Allen train, right? And then it feels like Josh Allen really needs to just be the conductor, the engineer.
Sure.
He needs to punch the tickets, and then this fucking guy's falling off the train, and if he's not doing all those things, that train ain't making it.
But I feel like Buffalo, by the time... Buffalo's going to make a move at the deadline. They're going to patch up a hole or two. They're gonna reinforce that team a little bit in whatever ways that they can. But my thing is but right now, gun to my head, I don't see anybody in the NFC outside of maybe if Matthew Stafford can turn the hands of time back a little bit. The Rams.
Way. He looks broken.
Because I think he looks fine.
He doesn't look right.
I
throw in Jimmy. Jimmy looked fine when Jimmy was in there.
Listen, I don't hate that. If Stafford needs a week or two off, I feel like the ship's going to stay afloat with Jimmy G under center. but I don't see anybody in the NFC right now that can challenge Philly. I mean, realistically, that like I would say, you know what? That's a better team than the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't think you can say that about any team in NFC right now.
No.
I think you'd need an any given Sunday type situation where a team goes in there and just punches them in the mouth.
Green Bay is trending that way.
Nah, Green Bay's fucked up.
Well, I feel like if they're gonna with Micah Parsons, if they're gonna get him rolling, and that defense and everything else they've got going, I feel like Green Bay has the roster at least to be able to like maybe hang tight with Philly.
Sure, a punch in the mouth situation.
Yeah, well, like you said, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when Jordan Love is great, he's great. When Jordan Love is bad, it's, oh, my God, it's Rex Grossman bad.
Yeah, you might see the repeat of the Super Bowl from last year.
It's Kyle Bowler bad, and that's no disrespect to Kyle Bowler. I love Kyle. He should have been a bowler. But
he's like, what the fuck? What am I doing?
He's like, it's like that old Family Guy skit where it's like, oh, God, you're worse than Benjamin Disraeli. And it's just like, you don't even know who I am. It's like, you're right, we don't. But I look around the NFC right now, and it's like, yeah, you look in the South, like, all right, Tampa, no. The NFC North, Minnesota with no J.J. McCarthy's already out 2 to 4 weeks. No. Minnesota, as good as their defense is, they're fucking cooked already. Like, I just, not cooked, but like, they're behind the 8 ball. Detroit, I like Detroit, but when you have one of those mass exoduses of coaches and players like we talked about, it's going to be tough to sustain that success all year. Dan Campbell did a nice job bouncing back. Amon-Ra St. Brown. With the fucking hat trick, bro. Like, I mean, talk about a great fantasy week. Outstanding for him and Jared Goff as well. And I love to see it because I'm a big Jared Goff guy. You know, I think his wife is one of the hottest fucking females ever graced the face of the earth. But so good for him.
The most unathletic man trying to get into the stands after.
Yeah.
Where they had other players pushing him into the stands because he couldn't get up the wall. The wall's only 5.5 feet.
Listen. He can do whatever he wants.
He's
all right?
6'6".
He wifed up Kristen Harper. Like he's fine. He's fine. Christian Harper. He's fine. He can do it. He's got a free pass. So that, but like Detroit, you go to the West. I like the Rams. I really do. I think the Rams are going to be a team that's going to be a problem going down the stretch. But am I putting my money on them to beat Philly in a 1-game playoff? No. And then the East has got what? I mean, Dallas. No. Dallas gave them their best shot in week 1, and they couldn't make it happen. So
punch right in the mouth, too.
Yeah, no, I'm all set with them too. So yeah, Philadelphia is the best team. They are the cream of the crop right now in the NFL. If you ask me, I would say Buffalo, Baltimore, close second. Kansas City probably still, even though they're 0-2, third.
Kansas City looks like they can still play though. It looks like they're not laying down.
No, they're playing tough, but you know what the difference is? The games that went their way a year ago are not going their way this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those toenails are, coming down inbounds instead of, a cunt hair on the white line, and we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how Taylor Swift decides how much this engagement was a good idea, when her boyfriend's 0-3.
Man, Taylor Swift's worried about Taylor Swift worried about being out in public, huh?
I don't think they're gonna be 0-3. Oh yeah, that was pretty funny. I did see that.
Hey, good for her. She's like, I'm gonna put up this gigantic black wall where I go now. It's like, hey, you know what?
Oh wait, no, yeah, Kansas City's at the Giants on Sunday night.
Oh, they're winning.
Which can we talk real quick?
56-5.
Why the hell is the NFL forcing us to watch the Chiefs and the Giants on Sunday Night Football?
Because it's New York.
Why? I don't give a flying fuck who it is. Why the fuck are you forcing me to watch Russell Wilson and the Giants? But this is not like you put that shit week 1 against the Cowboys, not week 3 against the Chiefs. What the fuck? Nobody wants to watch that.
I hope it legit is 56-5 or something like that.
It's gonna be, dude. Russell Wilson's terrible. I mean, I know you had the fucking game of all games on Sunday against Dallas, and vintage Russ was there, but like. Do we really feel like that's going to be like there was no better game? Like Broncos Chargers wouldn't have been better suited for that game, for that time slot, really? Like, God, what a fucking terrible primetime slate. At least this Monday night we've got the Manning cast coming up. So we can at least have that. We got that going for us. Because Detroit, Baltimore, that one could go either way. depending on which Detroit team shows up.
Yeah. You get the Detroit team who just put the proverbial throat on the neck of the Bears and just pushed down as hard as they could, and just kept stomping.
All right, let me address this real quick with the Bears, because you and I have always talked about this. I have an irrational hatred for the Bears.
I know you do.
It's
weird.
The Bears are my irrational hatred NFL team. The San Francisco Giants are my irrational hatred MLB team. And I don't even know who my irrational hatred NBA team would be. There's probably too many to list, to be honest. But
the Supersonics.
But yeah, don't even exist anymore.
That's why you hate them.
That's why I hate them so much. But I have always had this just undying hatred for the Chicago Bears. Even though they great players, whether it was Sweetness or the Fridge, or fucking
Urlacher.
Urlacher was one of them. Peanut Tillman, Tank Johnson. He was one of my favorites. Loved him.
Briggs.
Briggs was Nathan
phenomenal.
Vasher. Like they had some ballers.
Hester.
Oh yeah, of course. Where's he from?
The U.
Which, hey, by the way, not gonna we don't have to get too much into college football, but my Miami Hurricanes looking pretty good.
It's like 3 weeks in.
Yeah, we're looking pretty fucking good, all right? We got a fucking quarterback. We got that, what's his name there? The kid from Georgia.
I don't know.
Oh, my God, dude. What the hell? It's right on the
I'm not going to know. I'm not invested into college. Like
I want to say
NFL.
Stetson, but I know that's the kid that's already gone.
Stetson's in the NFL. I think he's out of the NFL already, too.
Yeah, he is. What the fuck is our quarterback? God damn it. Yeah, let's see. We beat we beat Notre Dame. Right now we're 3-0. We beat 49-12 on
God damn.
Carson Beck. God damn it.
Carson Beck is at Miami?
Yeah.
I didn't know he transferred.
340 yards, 3 tutties, and 2 picks, but we won 49-12. So
I didn't even know he transferred.
yeah, he did. He went and he was like, I want to play for the Cristobal. And he did. So anyway. But yeah, Devin Hester. And even going back before that, some of the greats that played for the Bears, Ditka, so on and so, Jim McMahon, whatever. But I've always had an irrational hatred for that team. And
Okay.
I'm so glad. You know who my favorite Bear of all time was? This is an easy one. 1 and 1A. 1A, 1C. There's 3. 3 guys that I truly love that played for the Chicago Bears. This should be the easiest.
Peyton?
No.
I don't know.
Jay Cutler, Brandon Marshall,
Fuck off.
Devin Hester.
Those
are my big 3.
I always forget about Jay Cutler.
Those are my big 3.
I know you're obsessed with Jay Cutler.
He's the all-time franchise leader.
Yeah, I know.
In every passing stat known to the Bears. So, fuck you. Like, Jay Cutler is one of the most underrated quarterbacks to ever come through this league. Hand to God, man. If Mike Shanahan, if they don't fire Mike Shanahan, or if Josh McDaniels doesn't fucking trade him away like a fucking bonehead. Oh, God.
You just didn't like him.
I wonder how early the dementia was setting in with Pat Bowlen, because did we not see it? I mean, we didn't see it in 2008, but maybe it was already there. Maybe that's why he hired Josh McDaniels. Because, God, that was a horrible fucking, just terrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible decision. Set the franchise back forever. I mean, it did set us up to get Peyton Manning eventually, which was awesome. And that was the most, one of the, and Tim Tebow. He did get us Tim Tebow, which was the most fun I've ever had as a sports fan. 2011 Denver Broncos season was the most fun I've ever had as a sportsman. My favorite season of all time.
He really thought
above all the Super Bowl years. I loved 2015 was great. 13 was great.
He really thought that Tebow was going to be something, though. Like, he thought he was going to have something with Tebow.
Well, because he remember him and Bill went down to the Gators and they talked with Urban Meyer and they built that spread offense before the 07 season and yada, yada, yada. But neither here nor there. Anyway, I hate the fucking Chicago Bears. I am so glad that they are sucking mad dicks.
Well, Ben Johnson looks defeated already after 2 weeks. The poor guy.
I mean, how wouldn't you be? Your quarterback is a child. Your ownership is just bleh. They're absent. They're absentee owners. They just sign the checks. They're never there. They don't know what's going on. Who knows who's actually running anything in that building? They can't get talent. They can't get players. They can't do anything. They're a garbage franchise.
Well, it seems like he has a good connection with Roma Dunze, but then if he doesn't have that connection with Roma Dunze, he doesn't go anything else. He doesn't trust
Remember
anybody else.
Remember when he got drafted and he texted the Bears punter like, "Hey
Yes.
man, you're gonna be able to take it easy." And the Bears have punted more than any other team in the NFL since.
He's actually had more work than anybody else.
He's been the most. He's punted more times than
Like
anybody
92 times.
Yeah. Since Caleb Williams has taken over at quarterback. So
This guy's like, fuck.
I mean, listen, I didn't want to hate Caleb Williams,
No, he's very hateable.
but he's so hateable, and I just think he's ass. I think he's trash. I don't know. I don't see how the Bears go forward with him after this year.
I don't think so.
You're gonna have to pull the plug on him.
They're gonna have to Bryce Young him during this year. And the thing is, here's the thing. I think there's a decent shot that the Chicago fans might like the backup, because the backup is known, what in college he was known as kind of like that grinder, blue collar, do anything for the team.
Spencer Rattler 2.0.
No, fuck, and not that. Hold on. The name's gonna kill me. I'm not gonna remember his name. Tyson Bagent.
Okay, yeah.
Bagent. I'm telling you, he might be the guy who comes in, and he might just play well enough that you're just gonna be like, all right, like we have something here.
Hey, maybe it is Caleb.
Makes it confusing.
Yes, and when you have two quarterbacks, you really have none.
Correct.
And
But if you're the Cleveland Browns, like we have 11, so someone's gonna play well.
We've got 11, which means we've got negative 14. God, and that's another team I fucking hate. The Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears are probably two of my most hated teams in all of sports. I mean, just, like, for teams that I don't have a reason to hate. Like, obviously, as a Broncos fan, I hate the Chiefs, right? I hate the Patriots. But like, those are teams that I hate, that I have reasons to hate.
Right.
I hate the Patriots because I live in this shit ass area of the country, and I have to fucking sit here and watch the Patriots do fucking, go on a 20-year run of unparalleled fucking success, and it's just like every goddamn week I'm like, really? This is what I do? Like today, we were talking about it before the show.
The fans complain about it.
We're talking about before the show, and we're like, why do I get excited for football? Like, why do I look forward to football season from March through August? What? Because then I get to September and I'm just like miserable. I'm like, oh right, I've been looking forward to being pissed off for 8 months. Right? Yeah, this is it right now. Like I lost my shit on Sunday when the Broncos lost that game. Lost my fucking shit because again, like you can only snatch defeat from the jaws of victory so many times before I will just I implode. I implode because I'm like, okay, I can forgive the Bo Nix interception. I know it took 3 points off the board, but I can forgive it. Okay, I can forgive the Will Lutz missed field goal because, no field goal kicker is perfect. Okay, woosah. Okay, these things happen. Oh, okay. And then Shane Steichen goes full fucking Nathaniel Hackett, where he's like, I'm playing for the 65-yard field goal to win it. Like, your field goal's never hit your kicker's never hit anything over a 59-yarder. So you're going to send him out for a career long to win a game? Okay, I'm fine with that. As a Broncos fan, I'm sitting there going, yes, I like this. I love this idea of you taking a very low percentage field goal attempt to win this game. Now, this game shouldn't even be coming down to this. However, don't line up offsides. What do me and T always used to sit there and say, don't line up offsides, don't line up offsides, don't run into the kicker. Don't line up offsides, don't touch the kicker. Don't line up offsides, don't touch the kicker. And what do we get instead? A fucking leveraging penalty.
Who even gets leveraging penalties?
I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen it called. The most famous time I remember it being called was in 2003, Monday Night Football, Colts at the Bucks.
Yeah.
And they called it on Simeon Rice in overtime. And what's his name? The drunken kicker, liquored up kicker.
Sebastian Janikowski?
No.
Jankowski?
Mike Vanderjack.
Vanderjack, thank you.
Vanderjack missed it, but they called Simeon Rice for, well, back then it was called leaping.
Yeah.
And, he leveraged himself to get up higher to try to block the kick. And they called it on him. It was Tony Dungy's birthday that night, by the way. And that was week 3 or 4 of the 2003 season. And they gave the Colts 5 yards and another chance at the kick. And, of course, Vanderjack drills the kick in overtime and the Colts win it after being down 35-14, remember, with like 4 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton threw an interception. Rondé Barber took it back to the house to make it 35-14, and we're like, oh, game's over. And then, boom, big kickoff, Dominic Rhodes, touchdown, Marvin Harrison, touchdown, Marvin Harrison, another touchdown. All of a sudden, we got a tie game. We're going overtime. And that was a great game. That was one of the few times I can really remember that call directly affecting the outcome of a game. I don't think I've seen one since, though. And if I did, if it's happened, it's buried, it's lost in my memory somewhere.
Right.
But to have that call, as a Broncos fan, to sit there and watch that unfold was absolutely fucking infuriating, because that's the kind of shit. When you watch the Patriots for 20 years on their run, they never did shit like that. When you watch the teams that played the Patriots, that's what they did.
Yes.
They would do
the mental
shit.
minor errors.
They do dumb shit like that. Now, do I think it was a ticky-tack call?
Yes.
Yes. It was as ticky-tack gets. However, you put yourself in a position where that could be called. Why would you even do that? Why are you even... It's a low percentage field goal. Why are you coming out trying to block it like it's a 37-yarder that's, basically automatic unless you block it?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's a 60-yarder. This guy's never hit a 60-yarder in his career. He's been shaky. He was shaky on a couple of kicks earlier that, one, they got inside, but there was a couple that were, like, questionable. Maybe, leaning one way or another. Why are you even doing that? To me, that comes down to coaching. 100% comes down to coaching. Why you're not sitting there telling your players, don't line up offsides, don't hit the kicker. Also, nobody touch the fucking center under any circumstances. Don't even look at him. Don't even look at him. He doesn't exist. The center doesn't exist. Okay? Everything you're going to do, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to fucking wave and sit there in the middle of it, like whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
Fucking kicker, he missed it 15 yards wide right.
Yep.
It wasn't even close. So there was no reason for anybody on that special teams play to do that. Now, again, you go back to Will Lutz missing the kick earlier on the drive before that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it a 5-point game. Now you're asking Danny Dimes to go score a touchdown and do something he hadn't really done all game, which was get in the end zone.
Right.
Right. Like they'd found the end zone, but not. They were. I think they kicked 4 field goals in their first 4 possessions.
Yeah.
And they'd gone for it on 4th down twice and gotten stopped. So I'm taking the Broncos defense in that situation to rise up and not allow Danny Dimes to go down and score 7. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I like those odds. Bo Nix doesn't throw that interception. I mean, granted, it was a tip ball. He got his arm hit. It wasn't tipped, but he got his arm hit as he was falling through it, fluttered, and got picked. That's another 3 points off the board. That's a 9-point game right there. Boom, game's over. It's not even a question. Denver had every chance to make that game a blowout, and they didn't. They just didn't. And I don't know what it is.
Again, it's only a few bounces of the ball, 3 plays in a game. That's it. That's all it is. 3 plays in a game.
I just don't understand why we can't go into Indianapolis and beat Indy and Indy. It's every year, whether we had fucking Peyton Manning or not. Like, it didn't matter like who our quarterback was. Every time we go to Indy, it's a shit show.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. It never fails. Even last year in Mile High, JT ran all over us.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 210 yards or 205 yards of total offense on his own again on Sunday. Alex Singleton looked lost. That defense, Pat Surtain was getting balls thrown on him.
Well, what was the injury Pat Surtain had?
It ended up being like a mild foot sprain. He's fine. He's day to day.
Okay, good.
So it wasn't a big. I thought it was an Achilles. Obviously, I
And you freaked out, yeah.
I was losing my shit in the group text. I'm like, great, here we go. Reigning defensive player of the year, and he goes down with an Achilles, and in Indian week 2, fuck off. Like, of course, because what do we always say? The only thing that can derail this season is injuries.
It's injuries. It's everything.
But for me, Bo Nix looked like an MVP in the first half. He was on pace for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. Going through the half. And then the second half, I don't know what the hell happened. The play calling got away. Again, Sean Payton and his play calling, it's very interesting to me. I don't love it all the time. I feel like he gets into these grooves that remind me of Andy Reid back in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Wasn't that his mentor originally? Way back when?
No, Peyton was the Parcells guy.
Oh, then he was the Cowboys originally.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was with the yes, exactly.
Okay.
But like, remember Andy Reid? They would, the Eagles. We're gonna get off the bus throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And when throwing the ball doesn't work, we're gonna throw the ball some more.
Yep.
And when that doesn't work, we're gonna keep throwing the ball until it does. And if that doesn't work, then fuck. I guess we'll throw the ball some more. Like, that's what they did, even though they had Brian Westbrook and Deuce Staley and, like, all these very capable backs.
Nope, blame it on Donovan.
They blame it on McNabb because they're throwing the ball 50 times.
Yeah.
Sean Payton he's reminding me a little bit of, like, that Andy Reid era of, like, play calling. I don't know what it is, but they got to get it figured out. It's gotten better since last year, but it's still not good.
It's what was the old adage you'd hear from coaches? It's like, take the 15 or 20 plays you know you're good at and just hammer those out when you're stuck. You hear it from the good coaches. It's like, you have like 15 to 20 plays that you know you're great at.
Yeah.
And then
those are your bread and butter.
Those are your bread and butter, and you rely on those plays. And he goes, that's why sometimes you'll see you go back to those same plays and you scream at home, stop using that play, stop using that play. Well, we keep using that play because the players are comfortable with that play.
Mm-hmm.
We can call something new, but it might look like a clusterfuck out there. Then you turn the ball over. And
right,
like,
or something bad happens.
Yeah, they're like, we use those bread and butter plays because
somebody misses a guy on a protection that they bring on a blitz.
Exactly.
And he's not ready for it. Next thing you know, your quarterback's dead and you turn the ball over.
Yeah, so
right.
I forgot who I was watching, but it was an old coach, and he was just like, he goes, you see that because everyone's comfortable with it.
That sounds like a very Brian Billicky thing to say.
It could have been Brian Billick, honestly. It was an old like NFL Network thing. He goes, you use those bread and butter things because that's why everyone's comfortable with it, and you don't want to go off the rails and use something new and use something that you've practiced 2 or 3 times and just say, hey, we're gonna try that.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, that's just a recipe for disaster. He goes,
Yeah.
sometimes does it work out? He goes, sure, if you want to try a desperation one, throw it out there. But he goes, don't count on it to win you anything. My
thing is this, right? Like, so every year you're going to have a game or two where your team just kind of does something that's out of character, right?
Yes.
This week was the Denver defense. It was very out of character.
Yes.
They gave up a ton of yards, a ton of points, a ton of big plays, shit that we're not used to them doing. And it wasn't because they were depleted or they didn't have the horses or whatever. Like, no, this is the same defense that held the Titans to -2 yards in the second half last week. Alex Singleton looked lost. There was blown coverages. There was missed assignments. Like, I don't know if it was all Alex Singleton. I don't want to blame him, but he looked like he was the guy. At least he's the one that's calling the defense. He's got the green dot on his helmet. He was the one that at least was that should be somewhat responsible for what was going on. Whether it was him or somebody else that was out of position, I don't know. I'd have to go back, really look at the tape and watch it, but it's neither here nor there. For whatever reason, they have Indianapolis has this weird thing with like Jonathan Taylor just fucking runs all over us. He did it last year, and we got lucky we beat him in Mile High because remember he dropped the ball at the 1 yard line.
Yes,
and we got lucky with that. This year we didn't get lucky with that. He had 210 yards of total offense. I mean, he was a fucking machine. And I said that to Paul on Sunday morning, actually at the gym. I told Paul, I think we're gonna have our hands full with you guys today. I was like, JT gets rolling. Vanilla Vic is playing well. I said, this could be a much tougher game. And the way I was watching the line move in Vegas, it went from Denver as like 2.5 point favorites down to Denver as being a 1 point favorite. Which to me basically means as a road team, they think that the Colts are going to win this game.
Yeah. And
how Vegas knows that, I don't know. But they know. They always know. And they did. And it was looking like, whatever. It is what it is. But I did tell my brother, I said, I feel like we're going to have our hands full today with you guys. And he was like, no. He's like, you guys should fucking smoke and do it. It's Danny Dimes, bro. Like, and not for nothing, Indy's secondary was completely depleted.
I mean, it was close.
They were banged up. Like, Cortland Sutton, I think, had like 1 catch for like 6 yards.
Oh, he had 1 fucking catch for 5 or 6 yards. Yes, he did.
But Troy Franklin goes off.
It was like 7 for 88.
Marvin Mims has a good day. You know what I mean? Like, but Bo Nix looked great in the first half. They were moving the ball. Like, people were getting, we were scoring at will.
8 for 89.
It was a different type of look on that offense. So we'll see. We got the Chargers in San Diego or L.A. coming up on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is about as must-win of a must-win game as you get in Week 3. Because then we get the Bengals on Monday night at home the following week, then we're at Philly.
Okay, nice little stretch here.
So this could be, if we drop this game to the Chargers, I mean,
Yep.
we're looking at 2-4
yeah.
to start the season.
Yeah,
Not impossible to dig ourselves out of, but
Right.
also not ideal.
exactly.
So it could be a rough go here, and it would be devastating to my cause to lose 4 games out of the first 6 when this is a team that we had very high hopes for
Correct.
to start the year.
Correct.
So I think we beat the Chargers on Sunday. I do. I think we beat the Bengals. I think we take care of business and end up at 3-1 going into that Week 5 matchup with Philly, and which will, for all intents and purposes, probably lose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping we can put up a good showing
Mm-hmm.
in Philly.
Mhm.
One of those games. I mean, and like you said, who knows? Any given Sunday, shit happens. But
But ultimately came down to that last second. And by the way, what the fuck? Your brother's like, I had to go to the bathroom right at that last second
well, I
field
think
goal
he
and
said.
missed it.
I think he saw him miss the field goal.
Yes,
the
and he's
first
like,
one,
I got to go to the bathroom.
and then he went and took a piss because he thought it was over. Because he's like, oh, game's over. So he went and took a piss. Then he comes back and everybody's celebrating. And he's like, what the fuck happened?
How does he not see flag pop up on the TV?
It didn't.
Oh, it didn't?
It didn't. No, because I'm watching it. I knew as soon as the play was snapped, I saw the field goal. I saw the punt, the kick block, the kick blocking team,
Mm-hmm.
and I go, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And so the first thing that came out of my mouth, missed the ball wide right, and I'm sitting there and I waited and I'm like, okay, no flag. Okay, all right, good. We dodged a bullet there because we definitely just fucking crushed the center on that. And then next thing you know, wait a minute. Kevin Harlan, wait a minute. Hold on. There's a flag on the field. I'm like,
I
there it is.
hate that. I hate that.
I'm like, of course there is. Because why wouldn't there be?
Why are there so many flags to start the season?
Because
Oh, my
because
God.
the spread was 1 point and Vegas needed the dub. The heavy money was on the Broncos, and they needed the Broncos they needed to make sure the Broncos lost that game, in my opinion. But whatever, doesn't matter. We blew it. Denver lost that game more than the Colts won it. But props to the Colts. And also, on the flip side of that coin, Sean, I did say Danny Dimes, comeback player of the year this year.
It's 2 games. 2 games. He looks very good.
He looks comfortable. He looks good.
He looks very good.
It's amazing what happens when you get out of these shit tier franchises and into a different one. Just saying.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, please let me go.
What else would you have to get into tonight?
We can touch briefly on the Patriots Dolphins game.
We haven't even talked about the Patriots yet.
I too, if I'm going to talk about it, I had the same reaction as you. Just kind of overall frustration when shit happens, because you'll watch these games, you'll understand that games are going to be close. Your team is not a perfect team. Your team is not going to win the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can still get fucking frustrated and pissed off during the game.
Absolutely.
And it infuriates me. It's just like your team starts off so hot and so well, and then we'll make a clusterfuck of mistakes, and you're like, how the fuck are we doing this, guys?
It really
It infuriates you. And then you'll have your rookie kicker just miss point after touchdowns, like the free gimme points, just miss them back to back for no reason.
Yeah, your kicker missed 2 extra points,
Back to back.
back-to-back extra points. Which, and you know what?
And then nails a 56-yarder.
I saw that. I saw it. What's his name?
Borales.
Borales.
Who was the?
Yeah, where's he from?
That was his home stadium,
Yeah.
and just missing him. And he was like, he didn't miss anything at Miami his whole college career.
Right. That's right. That's why I knew him. Right. Okay. Because I'm wondering. I'm like, wait a minute, Borales. I'm like, wait. I know this name.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. That makes sense now. But you know what's funny about that is I watched him biff those 2 extra points,
Bad.
and I said, doesn't matter. Not gonna matter. I'm like, Miami's losing this game. It's not gonna matter.
So, to begin that game, not to spend too much time on this, the Patriots came out and looked phenomenal. The offense, the whole game looked phenomenal. The offense came out, clicked right away. Drake looked like a
Drake
real
looked
quarterback.
good.
He looked like a real the whole game.
He passed the eye test on
Yes,
Sunday.
he passed the eye test. They scored 3 consecutive drives in a row. The 4th drive, they punted it away, but that was right before halftime. Even when they came back out, they had a couple of stalled drives, but overall, he drove the ball many times. His final stat line, didn't need to throw it a ton. 19 for 23. What was that? 79% completion percentage. 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. Perfect. He did amazing job spreading it around. No turnovers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He had 9 different players catch balls. 9. So he's using his checkdowns. He's making great audible calls. He had a great day. Offense is slowly coming around. Defense, we lost our defensive coordinator to a health condition in the middle of the week. They have not said what it was. I'm a little worried about how to pronounce the guy's name that took over. His name is like something Kerr. And I was like, I hope his first name is not Nick, because I was like, I'm not gonna be saying this guy's name.
We'll just call him Steve Jr. No, I thought that the Patriots. I felt like they looked the part for the first time in a long time.
Defensively, they're struggling.
Defensively, I think they're gonna
Middle of the field. They
which I thought they would be better defensively this year.
You know why they have no linebackers? They're looking at Robert Spillane and they're like, we need you to cover, tackle, and drop back. And he's like, I can't do anything.
Spillane's a good player, but he's not like that dynamic.
No,
you know
he can't do everything.
No, not
their front four is killing it. They
got good players on the outsides, and I feel like their secondary is pretty good. But
did you know we have just as many sacks through 2 weeks as we did as our team last year?
Wow.
I think as a team we have 10 or 11 sacks already for the year. And then last year we had like 14 or something like that for the whole year or something like that. It was something awful. It was something atrocious stat.
Can't be that bad.
It was fucking bad.
Less than 1 a game?
It was bad.
That's I mean, I don't even know, like I feel like you could luck into more than 1 a game.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Last year we had a total of 23.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
We have 13 right now.
Wow.
So we're
10 shy of your. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with Denver on Sunday with India. There were no sacks. Nick Bonito, no sacks. Really didn't get any tackles for losses. There was nothing disruptive about the defense. They just kind of let Indianapolis do their thing. So I think that was, again, out of character for Denver. But with New England.
But I will say that, not to cut you off, Tua had 315 yards passing.
I was making a total aside there. So
no, that's okay. But Tua had 315 yards passing, but Tua did not look like he had a good game.
But their offense looked completely dysfunctional.
After the first quarter, Tua threw a horrible interception, which got called back on a horrible flag. There was 23 flags in this game between both teams, 12 on the Patriots, 11 on the Dolphins. It was just awful to watch. They created this new weird offense where it was just they had 3 guys screen out at all times. Mm-hmm. It was just A-Chain or Chain, however you say his name.
A-Train. I just call him A-Train.
Westbrook or Irvine, however the fuck you say his name too. And they just threw all screens. That's basically the whole game. And they had basically the Patriots' weakness, the linebackers try to cover these guys, and they couldn't.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest weakness all day. Tua could not throw it downfield. I know he had a couple big bombs, one to Waddle, one to Tyreek Hill, but there was basically nothing there. It was all screens all day. Mm-hmm. So that was basically the whole game. It was not a great game to watch. It was no defense.
No, it wasn't. It was very. It wasn't very. I was interested in it because I was more interested in to see whether or not Miami's season was going to be over in week 2, or if they were going to extend it another week. Because if they lose this game, now they're staring. Now they got to play Buffalo Thursday night. They're going to get blown out of that game.
Right.
No chance. And then I'm fairly certain they got a fucking murderer's row coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they have Buffalo Thursday, and if you listen to any of the team talk, because they had to practice immediately on Monday.
They got at Buffalo. They get the Jets at home, at Carolina, and then they get the Chargers at the Browns, at the Falcons, Baltimore, Buffalo, Washington, all before the bye week. Week 12.
And then
and again, I don't think they're going to beat the Jets. I think the Jets are probably going to beat them.
Well, it depends. Is what's his name playing? Fields? Fields got knocked out.
Does it really matter though at that point when you're 0-3? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. And
the Jets might have no quarterback then.
At Carolina, I mean that's a very winnable game for them, but I don't have any faith in it. And then the Chargers, that's a loss. At the Browns, they should be able to win that. At the Falcons, that's a loss. And then Baltimore, Buffalo, loss. So they're looking at 1, 2, 3 games that they're going to win. They're going to be 3-8 by the time they get to the bye week. I mean, maybe they squeak out another one in there somewhere, but I think Mike McDaniel is fired after the bye week.
Well-
going during the bye week.
I wanted to read his exact quote to you and to the audience because a local Miami reporter asked him after the game, "How are you feeling after today's loss?" And I quote, he says, "To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game. Honestly, that is how you lose the game." End quote.
Hmm.
That was his answer.
That is the most Kamala Harris answer I have ever heard from a head coach.
And he just looked so dejected answering it. Just stayed at the podium and was just done answering after he said those words.
So there's a game, okay, and you play the game.
And you try to
And
win.
You want to win the game, okay? And that's what we're going to try to do, okay? We're going to try to win the game. But you can't win the game if you lose the game. Okay? I could just, if we could just get Kamala Harris AI to, do that. Can we do that?
That's
We gotta do
yeah,
that.
you can definitely do that.
I'm going to find that. I'm going to find out how to do that later. I'm going to do that.
But I think week 6 over under. It has to be the under.
Let's see. So week 6, they will have, so this is their schedule leading up to week 6.
What is he now to be first fired? Minus 5,000? It has to be in Vegas. I'll
It's
tell you
gotta
right
be
now.
Crazy. So the next 4 games to get them to week 6. At Buffalo, at home against the Jets, at Carolina, at home against the Chargers. Realistically, I see at least 2 losses in there.
Also, and how do you have a players only meeting after week 1?
So if they're 2-4 going into week 6, what are we really talking about with the Miami Dolphins here? I mean, Tua obviously ain't it. Even if because again, if you can't stay healthy and you're constantly getting concussed, and Tua's had some pretty horrendous, awful, gut-wrenching concussions in his career already. I just don't know, and it's not his fault. He's, it's not like he's a little bitch and he's just out there oh, fuck you, whatever.
Fuck you.
He has just been a victim of some pretty horrendous, horrific hits at inopportune times, places, angles, whatever, however you want to put it, right? He's just the Dolphins are not a good team. They're not. I don't care who you put as the head coach. Mike McDaniel is going to be the scapegoat, and he's going to get fired.
Oh yeah.
But this is also on the GM. This is also on the ownership. This is on everybody. This is going to be a disaster of a season for Miami. There's no other way to spin it. You can't lose at home to the Patriots in week 2 while you're staring down a Thursday night road game at Buffalo and 0-3 and expect to, we'll figure it out. We'll get right against the Carolina Panthers, or we'll get right against the Browns. No, because I don't even know that you will. I say those are 2 winnable games for them, but I don't even know if the Jets, the Browns, or the Panthers are worse than the Dolphins. I think that they're all pretty much right in that same wheelhouse.
I think the Dolphins at this point are going to have a hard time beating a lot of teams. And I think as the weeks go on and the players having a players only meeting after week 1 essentially says we don't trust any fucking coach on this team.
No.
After week 1.
A week 1 players only meeting may as well just call it what it is, it's a mutiny.
Yes.
It's a mutiny.
And so how do you fix that? You have to clear house, you have to clear all the coaches, and you have to have a new coach go in there and clear players too.
And I hate to say it, Sean, should have kicked the field goal.
You should bring in.
Should have kicked the field goal.
You should have bring Belichick in. Belichick go in there, especially against the Patriots, and to break Shula's record being a Dolphin.
No. I mean, Mike McDaniel should have kicked the field goal against the Broncos.
No, I know what you meant. Exactly.
Should have put the 73 on the fucking board because, like I said, the Tuesday after the most lopsided loss in Denver Broncos history.
Yep.
What did I say? I wasn't mad that the Broncos lost. I wasn't mad that we got beat. I was mad that he didn't kick the field goal and set the record. And what did I say verbatim? Because when you're in 2 years, when you get fired and you've never won a Super Bowl or even gotten close to one, no one's going to remember that you even coached this team. In fact, they're all going to try to phase it out of their memories. So you may have well kicked a fucking field goal, hit the 73 points and put your name in the goddamn record books.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't even do that. You were too stupid to do that. When I say don't look a gift horse in the mouth, you know, that was it. You didn't look a gift horse in the mouth. You kicked it right in its fucking balls, if that's even applicable there. I don't even know what that turn of phrase means. It's whatever. But no, Mike McDaniel, I'm looking forward, not because I dislike Mike McDaniel with the Miami Dolphins. I'm looking forward to him getting fired because I know I'm gonna, because I was right. I don't root for anything except I don't really, I root for the Broncos and then I root for us. I root for us to be right.
I mean, I feel like I was right about Mike McDaniel like week 1.
Well, because what is our mantra on this show? Accountability. We hold each other accountable. If we have a shitty take or we were wrong about something, we call each other out on it.
I didn't like how he started his press conference saying, I don't even give a shit if I get in trouble for this. He started off saying that he was African American, and I was like, it rubbed me the wrong way.
Weird way to start a press conference.
You know what I mean? Saying like he was like it felt good like he was like an African American quarterback. I'm sorry, head coach in the league, and I was like, you know what I mean? It doesn't pass the eye test, and I was like, you don't look, whatever. Maybe
you look more Jewish than black.
Whatever, sure, I guess,
maybe
I'm Asian, so who the fuck knows? So, you know what I mean? It's
maybe he's Conway Stern from Archer. He's the black Jew.
But when,
AKA the diversity.
When he came out and said that, I was like, I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way. And then week 1, it was just the whole mentality of oh, we're gonna change the culture. He just needs someone to believe in him. No one's ever believed in him, and I was like, man, fuck this guy. I didn't like him from day 1. Something rubbed me the wrong way. I said great coordinator. I said he's not a head coach. I've said it since day 1.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a good head coach. I really did. I thought he had a chance to be one. I still think he does have a chance to be a great head coach. You can't go to a team like Miami or Jacksonville or Cleveland or the Jets, and because you're already behind the 8 ball. The day you sign the contract, you're already starting. We always joke about it, right? Guys, people that go to good franchises, they're the ones that they're starting on third base, acting like they just hit a triple.
Yeah,
and it's like, nah, man, you were just put there. You're a pinch runner, you were just put there. But you get these guys that go to teams like Jacksonville, and it's like, oh, you're starting in Double A.
Mm-hmm.
Work your way up. And meanwhile, that guy over there. Yeah, you're playing against him. He's on third base. He's only going to go 90 feet to score. You got to work your way up through the minors.
Yes, you're in the
get
minor
in the starting
leagues.
rotation, and then get to first, second, third, and home. It feels that way. The odds are so stacked against you when you play for one of these shit tier franchises.
It's
or
fucking
coach for one of
unbelievable.
them. It's Sean. We see it every single year, time and time again, and it's the same fucking story in the same cities. Whether, like I said, Cleveland, Cincinnati, New York Jets, the Giants have now become a joke. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Cleveland Browns, the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
What are we really doing here? How is it that the Chicago Bears? How do we not see that these teams, these franchises, are ass from the bottom up? And then expect all of a sudden one coach or one guy, quarterback to turn it all around.
How do you fix it?
Well, you need an owner to commit to actually wanting to win.
How do you do that?
It's up to the owner.
How do you get an ownership standard? You know what I mean? You can't.
The other owners need to hold the other owners responsible.
It's not
but
gonna happen.
with profit sharing and everything else, they don't care as long as you're turning a profit and you're making money. At the end of the day, they don't care if you win or not.
You think Shad Khan's aware of what the fuck's going on? He doesn't know.
It comes down to that competitive balance between owners. Some owners want to win because they want to go to the owners' meetings and be like, hey, got another one. Hey, got another one. We're at a very successful team or a very successful season. Yeah. Because, again, the more successful your team is, the more money you're going to make and the more money, and everybody's going to be happy about it. So everybody should want everybody to be happy. But I feel like rather than the NFL trying to bring everybody up, the way they've done it for the last 30 years is try to make the playing field as equal as possible. So it's super hard to stand out, but it's really easy for you to disguise your shittiness
yes.
in the form of mediocrity.
Yes.
You know, like you can sit there and have an 8-8 season, and people are like, well, they were an 8-8. Not a bad team, and this and that. And you're like, yeah, but man, they're really they're a fucking 4-win team in disguise. Like,
you lose one guy, you lose one game, and
yeah,
that
like
team's garbage.
you're garbage. Like, come on, don't give me that. Don't put lipstick in a pig, or you can put a fucking cocktail umbrella in a turd, and it's still a turd. These things happen. So I feel like the NFL has in their attempt to gain parity throughout the league, they've ultimately watered down the product to a degree where you're like, yeah, nah, it's not that.
They're going to water down the product when they inevitably add more teams and expand into other continents, too.
Oh, that's going to be the death blow for the NFL. That I'm actually looking forward to.
2030.
Because then I won't actually have to look forward for 8 months to football just to be disappointed. I'll be disappointed already.
Well, 2027 apparently is the mark for 18 games. And then you can say goodbye to the small snippet of time which we had 17 games. Then 18 games will be the new long term. Like 16 games was forever. Well, shouldn't say forever. It was like 30 plus years of almost 40 years of 16 game seasons. Well, no, was it closer to 50?
Let's see. 16 game season started in
80s?
No, 79.
So
80.
50.
It might have been 1980.
So, almost 50 years? So 44 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
For
Holy
43
shit,
years.
You're right.
So 17 games is going to be a small snippet in time, and then they're hoping 18 games last for, 20, 30 plus years. Nice even
79
number.
was, I think, the first year of 16.
Okay.
Nope, 78. Yeah, 78.
Okay.
What did I say? 79 initially,
Yeah.
78.
So
Yeah.
it's been like 40 something years of a 16 game season for sample size. So then they're going to hope that 2027 on.
Oh yeah, 79. That's 46 years.
Yeah. So they're going to hope that 18 games, because you can't have an odd number of weeks.
How many years have we had now? 17, 2.
For 17?
Yeah.
Is this the second or third year? I think this is the third year, is it not?
They have in 2022. Was it 17? No, 2022 was still
Wasn't it 23, 24, 25?
16, and then 11 and 6. So 2023 and 2024. So this is the third year.
Yeah.
So 23. So we've had to 2022 till 79.
It'll be 4 years.
So yeah, 38. So it was 39 years, 38 years of 16 games.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
So pretty fucking amazing. And it'll be 18 games until they add all those other extra teams. The 36 to 40 teams, whatever they're aiming for it to be. I think 36 is the first goal, then 40 teams will be the next goal, which they're going to essentially add 2 more divisions, essentially, is what they're going to do. Sadly, that's not what I want to do, but then the product will be really watered down.
Super watered down.
Then,
you can't get 15 competent quarterbacks right now
right
to play at this level.
Right.
How the fuck do you plan on getting 36 or 40?
Right. Here's the thing, and I know it's kind of getting late, but at the same time, to get into week 3, Bengals Vikings are already in the both backups. You're gonna have Browning against.
It's already the backup bowl.
Who the fuck is the backup of the Vikings? I don't even know who's backing up JJ McCarthy.
Fuck, I know this.
That's a prime game already.
I know this. Why? I just saw this.
That was like an NFL. I know it's a 1:00 game, but that was a game like before the season. Everyone was like, Bengals Vikings week 3 is going to be a potential Super Bowl matchup because they were circling that game. Now it's the battle of backups.
Fuck me running. The hell's a depth chart? God damn it.
I mean, Thursday night. No, I think Thursday night's going to be a horrible game because it's going to be Bills Dolphins.
Well, it's going to be a blowout.
Dolphins are so depleted already that team's not working out.
We know that's going to be a really rough game to watch. Carson Wentz. That's right, Carson Wentz.
Wow, for the Vikings?
For the Vikes, the backup. Yep. That's who we're getting. So we're getting Carson Wentz versus Browning.
Jake Browning. Carson Wentz.
On Sunday, which, I mean, it's just so terrible. But again, I feel like Carson Wentz and the Vikings should win that game. I feel like because the Vikings actually have a defense that can play. But who knows? You just don't know.
Yeah, isn't that Brian Flores' defense? I think Brian Flores is the Minnesota Vikings.
Is he still there? I thought he left.
No, I think he's still there. I don't think Flores left yet.
B-Flow there, yeah, still. Yeah, it is still B-Flow. Okay. Yep.
I mean, then you have Texans Jaguars. That's a South Divisional game. That's going to be important.
Intriguing.
Colts Titans, another Southern Divisional game.
Which Cam Ward's looked pretty good.
Cam looks pretty good, but the Colts are now, if the Colts win this game, they're 3-0. They're ahead of the pack by a good margin.
Oh, I mean, which is wild to me.
It's fucking crazy to think about. Raiders Commanders. Jaden's probably going to play.
Jaden will play. The Raiders will probably lose that game.
Raiders are away too. They're going to the Commanders. Rams Eagles. I don't see the Rams doing anything against the Eagles.
I love the Rams. I'm a big Stafford fan, but yeah, the Eagles are the best team in the league, and they're at home.
Falcons Panthers. Interesting one. Two young teams.
I'm going with my mighty Penix Laser.
Okay.
Give me the Falcons all day. I feel like the Falcons are going to be a sneaky good team this year.
Falcons are busted up already. Their offense is all hurt.
But they're playing well, though. Somehow, some way.
Another 1 o'clock game, Steelers and Patriots. Sneaky offensive blowout? Offensive shootout, I mean? Not blowout.
No, I think the Steelers' defense gets it right. I think they come in. I think the Steelers come in and kind of put the clamps on Drake May and win this game.
Yeah, didn't the Steelers give up a ton of points the last 2 weeks?
They did. They did give up a shit ton of points on Sunday. But it was like a couple, it was like some stupid interceptions by Aaron Rodgers, like one that like bounced off, again, hit him in the chest or the hands and it bounced up, and Seahawks got to look what I got. And same thing with the one in the end zone that took the points off the board for the Steelers. But
what about Patriots might be getting back Gonzalez this week too.
That would be big
addition. That's that probably first or second best player in that team.
Yeah, that's a big addition. They get Gonzalez back. I like Gonzalez a lot.
Yeah, he's a great
Oregon product. He's a good player.
Green Bay versus the Browns. Fucking
Green Bay should dunk on them.
Jets have to go to Tampa. Baker's been red hot.
Baker all day. Give me the
Baker's been fantastic.
Brother Baker, the touchdown maker.
Baker last night fucking gets beat to shit running for a first down. Will Anderson gets up, thinks he stops him on fourth down.
Oh, I love that.
Is celebrating. Baker has to walk by and be like, I got the first down, by the way. Like, you didn't stop me. And then Will Anderson was going to be walking off the field. He had no idea.
No clue. That was great.
That's immaturity. He didn't know. He's already celebrating. Thinks he stopped him.
Yep.
Broncos, Chargers.
Ryan's just got his hands full with that team right now.
C.J. Stroud. He's going reverse.
He's going in reverse. We thought we were dead wrong on C.J. Stroud, and it turns out we just needed a year.
His rookie year, phenomenal. Sophomore year, hit a slump. Third year,
sophomore year, I don't think he hit a slump. I think he just stayed the same. But what do we always say, Sean? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. He did not get better his sophomore year.
He doesn't look better this year, though, either. He just looks like
not.
meh.
He looks lost.
I don't know. I think it's maybe they need something new offensively or something out there because something doesn't look right. Obviously, your Broncos at the Chargers.
I'm going to go with the Broncos, the bounce back game. I think they learned a very painful lesson in Indy on Sunday, and I think this is going to be a telltale sign as to whether or not they took that lesson to heart and actually learned from it. I think they're going to come out. I think they're going to come out swinging, and I think they're going to put it on the Chargers on Sunday.
It looks like early money is on the Broncos too. So. Which is rare. You don't usually see Bronco.
Listen,
team.
it's like I know the Chargers dunked on the Raiders last night, but 20-9 isn't exactly dunking on anybody. And the fact they only put 20 points up on that Raiders defense is a little bit alarming in a way.
Oh Jesus! The next few games, who gives a shit games? Saints at Seahawks. Who fucking cares?
Spencer Rattler at the Seahawks. Yeah, give me the Seahawks.
This is the 4 o'clock slate. Cowboys at the Bears. Who fucking cares?
Cowboys.
Cardinals at the Niners. Who fucking cares?
Niners. Give me the Niners. I know it's a divisional matchup.
I hope the Niners win. I can't stand the Cardinals just because of Kyler Murray. Your Sunday night matchup is Chiefs at Giants.
Which is just the most boneheaded matchup I've ever heard of in my life. Why the fuck are we being subjected to this?
Horrendous. Even before the season began, the Giants getting a primetime game is laughable.
I would rather watch Patriots Steelers. Broncos Chargers.
I mean, you would at least have some intrigue there because it's reset
Aaron
Patriots
Rodgers.
team. The Patriots are wearing their throwback jerseys. The Steelers are supposedly wearing their throwback.
Like,
you have Rodgers.
Why the fuck are we being forced to watch the goddamn Russell Wilson-led Giants on a primetime game against Kansas City, a team that they have absolutely – they're not even – it's not even like the Giants are like, oh, the Giants are up and coming this year. And
New York Giants.
This could be a litmus test for them. Like, no, the Giants are fucking ass.
I know.
Watch them go out and win the game. Fucking make me look like an asshole. But
no.
Kansas City's they're not going 0-3.
Kansas City's going to smoke them.
Stuff them.
You'll see Taylor Swift singing a concert in the middle of this field at halftime.
Oh God, she'll be out there lining up at fucking
Tight
receiver.
end. And then Monday night's game is the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Baltimore,
Lions at
Detroit.
Ravens. Game of the week is Monday night.
I think that's good. We get the Manning cast for that. I'm looking forward to it. I think that's going to be a fun game. I'm very excited for it.
Do the Ravens have no fucking defense? Because the Ravens just
I
they
feel
can't
like
stop anybody.
On paper, they have a great defense,
But
then
watching it
on grass, I watch them and I go, "Is this really a defense?"
they're allowing 9 yards per play on average.
I don't get it. Also, how the fuck do the Ravens score 41 points on Sunday and Derrick Henry only get me 2.3 points in fantasy?
How did
I know nobody cares about my fantasy team.
No, I know.
But
You're
what
right.
the fuck? How the fuck is that even possible?
Did you know they didn't use him at all?
Yeah, obviously.
Wait, hold on. I want to tell you the
What
stats.
do you have, 11 carries for 23 yards?
No, less than that. Hold. I gotta go to it myself because I also have Derrick Henry in another league, and
I was
like,
fucking livid.
because you said you're like, 41 points. Oh, I did fine. No, they barely used him at all.
They didn't touch him.
11 carries, 23 yards. You nailed it. Averaging 2 yards a carry.
No receptions.
No receptions, and then they gave it to Lamar, 33 dropbacks.
I was bullshit. And then on top of that, like I start Jordan Reed on Thursday night, and I'm thinking like, all right, he's gonna have himself a game. Opening drive, makes a great catch at the pylon for a touchdown.
Breaks his collarbone.
And they're like, oh, by the way, there's a flag holding on the offense, bring it back. I'm like, you motherfuckers.
And I mean, he's done
I
for
got
the
a
year.
fucking goose egg out of that. And you know who I benched for him? Troy Franklin.
That's really bad.
I mean, I still wouldn't have won the game because, Kyron Williams and Derrick Henry decided to just not show up at all on Sunday. But whatever. Fuck you. I don't know. That's why I fucking hate fantasy. So stupid. So fucking stupid.
Yeah, that was a kick in the balls, though. You were 100% right on that one.
It was. Real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah.
We hit another bet. We got our third win of the NASCAR season. Christopher Bell at Bristol. Started fourth on the restart. Green, white, checkered. Or 4 laps ago, whatever it was. Took it home. Got us a dub. So big win for us there. That was a nice, I think it was like $140. $140 win. I said I liked Toyota all day. I was like, Toyota. And, of course, I was right. But this time I finally, my guy was in the right position at the right time, and Seabell did it, and he dedicated the win to Charlie Kirk, which I thought was rad as fuck. Crowd loved it. He said, this one, this one's for Charlie. That was sick.
Man, that's been a polarizing week with that stuff, huh?
Oh, just
that
a
was
touch.
literally the next day after we did a show last week.
I know, trust me, I remember. It's been I did a whole show about it last night on the Adult Table, which you can find on YouTube. We do it every Monday night.
I got to tune into that. It was you and Travis,
Me
right?
and Travis, yep. So it's great. It was a good show. But nonetheless, Seabell gets it done for us. That was great. You know what the crazy thing is? So I did this earlier in the year, right? I had Seabell penciled in to win. Where was it? Week 3. No, it was Coda was week 3. Week 4, I had him penciled in to win Phoenix back in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
And then he won Coda. And I said, well, there's no way he's going to win. He's not going to win 2 in a row. And then he did. And then I was like, well, I was going to take him this week too, but I was like, no way he's going to win 3 in a row. And he did. I had already had Seabell penciled in to win New Hampshire, like when the playoffs started. Like, he's going to win this race. He's going to win New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And then he wins at Bristol last night, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, is he really going to win 2 in a row? And I'm like, Fats, remember, the last time you doubted him, he won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling with Seabell again this week. I'll put my picks up. I slacked on the picks the last 2 weeks. I didn't put my post up because week 1 was opening week. I got distracted.
I'm over 2 in my NFL parlays, so.
And I haven't hit a single one yet. I put one last night. I needed Mbuka to get me 50 yards last night to win me like $270, 29 yards. I'm like, really? I'm
but
like,
then week 1 he killed it.
Couldn't get me 50 fucking yards. Like, really? Like, that's all I need. It was like a 5-leg parlay that I put just on that game.
Mm-hmm.
I hit everything except him 50. I'm like, really? Unfucking real.
And week 1 he was dominant.
Yep. went off. So I'll put my post back up for the NASCAR picks for the playoff race at New Hampshire on Sunday. So make sure you like and subscribe to the Row 1 Seat 1 page for that. We'll be back to putting those back up every week because, again, the last couple of weeks I've just been super busy on Sundays. Where it was we had the fantasy draft one day and then opening week. And then this week I kind of forgot the race was on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoops. No, because fantasy draft I did for Daytona. Week 1 and week 2 I just kind of forgot. Forgot to do them. I had them in my head, made my picks, and I was going to go up and throw them up, but by the time I realized I hadn't done it, the race was already started, so
It's like,
didn't really
fuck
matter.
it. Whatever happens.
So we'll see. We're on to the round of 12 in the playoffs. 4 guys have been eliminated. Austin Cindric's still alive. The cash out on that $10 bet is now up to $20. So we'll see what happens this week, and hopefully it'd be nice if Cindric got a win.
Yeah.
And he got himself into the round of 8, and that cash out just keeps climbing.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think he's going to be able to win the championship. But if he can get to the final round, like if he can get to the round of the round of 4, the round of 8, that would be fantastic. So,
Right.
but we'll see. So we got 3 races left, kind of gay races, and we got New Hampshire, the Roval, and something else kind of gay here coming up, and then we get Dega, Martinsville, and Vegas in the next round. So that's where I'm fucking looking forward to. But anything we missed tonight? Did you have we didn't talk at all about anything else that we wanted to talk about. What we were going to talk about tonight. We did not do an agenda for this week. So
Well, no, we just hammered NFL. We covered week 2,
previewed week 3.
previewed week 3. Bets. We're not doing baseball right now because baseball's winding down
Winding down, but the playoffs are getting here.
soon.
We'll do a little playoff
Basketball
preview next week.
soon.
Basketball. Fuck basketball. We don't have to talk about basketball till February. That's right, after the All-Star break, or trade deadline.
It's kind of sad and true all at the same time. But I don't know.
You know what I found shocking? This is hilarious. I had ESPN on whatever day it was, and they had a WNBA game time countdown.
Okay.
Like it was like NFL
WNBA?
countdown, but it was WNBA, and I was
Okay.
like, "Well, this seems unnecessary." I was like, can't imagine many people are really tuning into this one. Like, I get it because I think it went from NFL countdown into WNBA countdown on
Yeah.
ESPN because
Yeah.
they had the WNBA playoff games on. So I'm like, yeah, they probably had a little bit of a lead in, with the audience that was like forgot to change their TVs over at 1:00,
Mm-hmm.
and they were watching countdown. They're like, oh shit, right, step out, do whatever, and they're like, leave it on the TV. So it was like. But I'm like, I cannot imagine a world in which I was like, ooh, good, WNBA countdown starts at 1. Finally, I don't have to watch football. I can watch, the preview for who's going to win the Sparks and the Lynx game. Like, what the fuck?
I wonder if you can get where can we pull the ratings for how that did?
I follow a Twitter account that does them. I could probably pull them up. I'll send them to you later.
Okay.
But for countdown, actually, I don't know. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Well, let's look it up right now. Let's just see. Put a quick Google search in.
Like it's tough because no one's DVRing countdown. Like some people are like, oh, I DVR'd it. And those don't count. But
Let's see. They average 549,000 viewers across 17 episodes.
that's a lot more than I thought.
That's a lot more than I thought.
I thought you were gonna say 5,049.
Yeah, I can't. I have to. I have questions about that. That seems incredibly high to me. 500,000 people are watching WNBA countdown.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way, dude.
I don't see it.
No fucking way. That's straight bullshit. Somebody's lying out their ass. But
Mm-hmm.
they're probably rolling that in with a bunch of other bullshit too. So whatever. But anyway, we'll be back next Tuesday night. Joey Fats Radio, Row 1 Seat 1, right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. We'll have all of the Week 3 action from the NFL. We'll have all the NASCAR action, betting action from New Hampshire International Speedway, what used to be a terrible terrible race to watch is now one of the funnest races to watch because, well, they repaved it. The racing line is now like 4 lanes wide. And these next-gen cars, they tend to stick. And it's actually a lot of fun. It's actually a really fun race. So I used to be able to shit on it. I went to this race for every year from 93 to 04, sometimes twice a year.
Wow, 11 years. That's a long fucking time.
Yeah, well, we had tickets. We had season tickets to it. And we went every July and September. And it was fun. It was good times, but they were usually very boring races. One of those races, like one guy would get out and have like an 11-second lead on everybody. And you're just watching, you're like, all right, like, God, I hope he blows a tire because it's not my guy. And that wouldn't happen. And you're like, fuck. Except for the one time in 96 when I was there when Ernie Irvin won his first race back after his wreck at Michigan that almost killed him in 94. His first win post-accident. I was there. I actually have the front page of one of the New Hampshire sports sections, newspaper sports sections, with me with my fist through the fence when Ernie was doing his Polish victory lap in turn 1, came right by me, and my uncle, my grandfather, and my other uncle up in the stands right behind me. I sat with Uncle Patrick, Uncle Nick, and Pop-Up in turn 1. And my dad and my mom, they had fancy seats on the front stretch, you know, so they were over there. They had the ritzy seats, but it was good times.
They had fancy seats.
But yeah, 96, great times, good times, great times for racing. But so I'll be excited for that. Formula One, Azerbaijan, that season's winding down. I'm pretty sure McLaren has already locked up the constructors. I'm pretty sure Piastri, well, Norris, I forget which one, is about to. They think he can lock up the drivers' championship either this week or next week.
Yeah,
mathematically. So unless he has a couple DNFs here, it's not going to be that much fun of a finish for this season. But we are on to next season for F1 already because the 2026 car and the Cadillac coming in, totally different cars. Everything's going to be totally different. I'm actually excited for a Formula One season for the first time in my life because I think there might actually be some competition. Like it's going to be, they just took everything that you thought you knew about these cars. They were like, all right, everything you learned, throw it in the trash. 30 years of R&D, throw it in the trash. All new cars.
You don't need research and development anymore.
Nope. Fuck you.
Trash.
More money, pay for more R&D. Figure it out. And we're going to race to figure it out. So that'll be fun. But yeah, we'll be back, Sean and I, next Tuesday night. I don't know if Paul will be joining us. I don't know when Paul's coming back. He's on a hiatus. So
Paul said, I won't come back until the Colts win. It's like, Paul, the Colts won week 1. He's like, I'll come back later.
Yeah, he's like, and then they win week 2. And now they're leading the AFC South, which, you know, who knew? All I need is for the Texans to make the playoffs. Thank God I didn't bet any of these teams to win their divisions because I might be fucking shitting my pants. Right now.
I'm a little fucked in that bet.
But next Tuesday night, Joey Fats Radio, Row 1, Seat 1, New Bedford Guide. We'll be here. Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to give us a like and a subscribe on our Row 1, Seat 1 page. And we will be back next Tuesday night. Enjoy week 3. Peace.
Adios.
Fat